Welcome, everybody, to another session here. Oh, my camera's crooked. Hold on, let me fix it. That's better. A little bit, kind of. No. Hey, that's better. Welcome to another session of the Ascension here on Forgebreaker. Tonight, we're going to continue our dive through the Doom Vault. We've been going at it for a while now. We got quite a bit done, but hopefully we're going to get to the point where we're going to be wrapping it up soon, which will be kind of nice as well. Let's see, what else do we have? Coming up on our schedule, Tyranny on Tuesday, Giants on Wednesday. Fate continues his playthrough of Rise of the Tomb Raider on Thursday. Friday is D&D Replay. Saturday is Civil War Alliance with their big plane shift, which is going to be kind of fun. Lots of stuff coming up. We hope you'll be here for some of it. Like having you guys around. Pretty much that's everything we've got. Let's see if they're ready. I think they are. You guys ready over here?
Havoc just went to go get water.
No.
Okay.
20 seconds ago.
Of course. That's the built-in music, isn't it?
Yep.
I think so.
Not bad.
Hello?
Hello?
Okay, cool.
Hello.
Apologize for that. Took me a minute to get around everybody in the kitchen because steak is done now and I need to go get food here in a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and get started before that. After I take a drink of this delicious water. Alright, everybody ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty then. So, last session. The group found themselves continuing through the temples of extraction in search of these chosen who were being sapped of their life energy for some diabolical means. After clearing a room with several spectral undead beings guarding it, you found a half-elf with some disturbing markings upon her clothing that alarmed some of you, not all of you. She turned out to be a worshipper of Loviatar, the maiden of pain and god of hurt and agony, as well as a patron of torturers. She was very complacent about her predicament, and was very open that she did the unsavory things, such as torture, because it was necessary, and nobody else really wanted to do it. Markinor wasn't excited, but saw no reason to kill her, as you decided to let her accompany you and try to get her, as well as your other comrade, the other chosen you had saved, out of the Doom Vault itself. After exploring a couple of different paths, both of which were blocked by white gates that you could open, you decided to move east. In this next room, you found a very large chamber before you, with several oozes that immediately started slinking towards you. It was an interesting fight, with the party able to easily dispatch the bigger and far scarier looking oozes quickly, while the walls themselves of this room that you had found seemed to lash out at members of the party as you entered the room. The fight was a quick one, with the big oozes once again going down quickly, followed by the others, as well as their leader, a white, within there. Didn't take you long to mop them all up. As you released this next chosen, Drow, he awoke only to begin rambling that he had failed Gonadar, and that failure was not tolerated. Much to your surprise, he immediately attacked himself with some kind of acid spell, disintegrating his own chest and dying very painfully. As he died screaming, a dark wave of energy pulsed out all throughout this room. As the energy subsided, you saw the walls themselves begin to coalesce and meld into forms of many other gray oozes, and they all began slinking their way towards you once again. They were taken care of very handily, especially with Markinor having those spirit guardians around him, protecting you and the party as well. A few of them were able to get in and get a few hits in, but ultimately not much of a challenge for the group. You discovered another black gate in this room and sent the two chosen you had saved through it to be ushered to safety by Serana. Markinor exchanged a little bit of information with Serana, but didn't get a whole lot of info from that. It seems she was really relying on the party themselves to feed her information. After Markinor returned to the Temples of Extraction, the group decided to head back to the Abyssal Prisons in an attempt to find these black gates that you all know must be disabled to hopefully be able to reach the Phylactery Vault. You made your way back to the fighting pit that was overseen by the vampire Isam. After getting some brief information from him, including that he had been true to his word and had been sending inquisitive Thayans in the wrong direction in search of you, you decided to head north down a path you had not been down yet. Before you left, though, you went back to the black gate you just came through and used the glyph key to disable it. You went to the north through the white gate blocking your path and found a long room with 3 arcane circles within it. After some investigation that included Berwyn and his direwolf form taking some lightning damage from the trap present in this room, you discovered that the lightning magic was being channeled incrementally through the room via a metal orb in the ceiling. After discovering this, Markiner rushed across the room and unlocked the door at the far end with the key that you had all found on Tarovar's body, and you all rushed into the next room. In this next chamber, you found a beautiful woman who was surrounded by Thayan warriors. She pleaded for you to help her, and you obliged, slaying the warriors very quickly. After the battle subsided, the woman was terrified and in mild shock from the brutal battle that she was just in the middle of as you just slayed these guys all around her. Though you had your doubts, not having good luck with people that you had found inside this Doom Vault, the woman seemed to be truly terrified and claimed to be a prisoner here like others that you had found up to this point. As you investigated this chamber with the woman, you found it was richly furnished and almost warm, hot even. As you continued to the east of the chamber, it seemed even hotter. The woman whose name you learned was Pincheska. Yeah, Pincheska. Said that she had heard speaking a very guttural language that she discovered is either infernal or primordial or something along those lines, coming from the northeast of this chamber, though she couldn't tell exactly how she was hearing it, where from. But it seemed like the voice over there seemed to be saying home and freedom, almost crying out for help, though she obviously never took it upon herself to do so, being trapped as she was. As you investigated further into this room, you found a couple of cabinets had more extravagant clothing and such that seemed to be worn by Pincheska, rather. You also discovered a secret door that seemed to lead off to the south, though you didn't go down and search it quite yet. So that is where we're going to start this session. You were in this room with Pincheska. The room is somewhat warm, but it gets even warmer as you make your way to the east side of it. What do y'all want to do?
Waiting on that to load.
Creepy thing talking at us through the wall.
Not speaking to you. You don't hear anything as of right now.
We did, though, right?
Give me perception checks.
See if I can roll another 29.
Oh, right. I forgot.
Nope.
Still -3.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like an eternity before I get rid of that stupid thing.
Sorry. Okay. All right, so as you're all kind of wandering around this room, looking down there, looking around it rather, Markinor brings up, or rather, Berwin brings up that he isn't sure if he's heard it, but as you all start to listen, all of you except Berwin, actually, or Berwin and Markinor, hear what sounds like almost like a large bonfire is what you hear crackling, and the roar of flames going up is what it, you don't see them, but in your mind, that's the sound that you're hearing, is the immediate picture that comes to your mind of what you're hearing. And you hear it kind of rolls in such a way that it almost seems like it could be words, though none of you are able to understand what in the world this thing could be saying. Clearly coming from the northeast of this chamber.
You said northeast.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to head in that direction, and as I'm doing so, I'm going to use divine sense.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the flavor text on that.
Nope.
Cool. So as you begin reaching out with these divine senses given to you by Tyr, you close your eyes and begin concentrating, and as you move closer to the northeast, you hear almost directly east of you now the heat starting to get a little bit more intense. As you do so, you focus in that direction, and you feel a ping. You feel something somewhat evil resonating against your senses. But as you start to take it in, you find yourself turning around, looking back into the room, directly at Pincheska.
Well, that was unexpected.
What
Couldn't
was?
feel you had any or sarcasm in that at all.
No.
What was unexpected?
Nothing.
Okay.
And you said I can kind of hear and sense things a little better almost directly east of where I'm at.
Yeah, not because of the divine sense, but more so just your proximity to it.
Okay.
Yeah, you. I'll say with this being this close, you clearly are looking over to the east, and though you see some pillows and such, all these very fine decorative pieces in front of you, you clearly can see some of the frills of these pillows wafting away towards you from the east wall, as if there's wind blowing through something over there. And as you look a little closer, it almost seems like there's seams in this wall here in front of you.
Cool. So kind of seeing that, I'm gonna motion to Berwin and Kaylin and kind of mention that I'm, what I'm seeing here, calling out the seams and noticing the flow of air coming through them. And then, as they hopefully start to move in closer, I'm gonna turn to whichever one comes by and kind of very softly say, "We need to watch the one behind us. I sense something off of her, and it's not going to be good."
Give me a stealth check.
Okay. No, that's not what I wanted. Good thing I didn't hit okay. Oh, damn. We need to watch this one very closely.
So, Marketer, unfortunately, with this sound of rolling flames coming from somewhere to his east, speaks a little bit louder than he intended to speak over that sound. And as he says that, you, Markenor, giving quick, cursory glance towards Pincheska, sees her eyes looking directly at him as he says this, and she raises an eyebrow. And then you see her begin to stand up, and she rolls her eyes. She says, before as she was speaking, she was very frightened, very scared. All of you fully believed that she actually was. You see her as she stands up, she kind of rolls her shoulders, and looks over towards you, and she puts one hand on her hip, kind of cocking it out to the side. And she says, well, I suppose it was supposed to happen eventually with the men of the cloth here. But your friend speaks truth. I am not all that I seem. That being said, I do not wish to fight you, if at all possible. And as she says that, she leans back a little bit, her back arching, and as she does so, you see her form begin to shift and slowly change. You see before you this woman, though she still keeps her very beautiful features with these fine clothing as well as jewelry and such, you see two wings pop out of her back and spread and slowly kind of wrap around her body and then settle down. A tail, much like a serpent's, eking out from behind her and wrapping around her legs. But she just stands there and looks at you, kind of tilting your head to the side. Well, what say you?
That was odd.
You all clearly recognize her as a succubus. Though she's not aggressive.
Yeah, she's not. But you think us can't be the only one with input here? Needs some help.
If we don't kill you, what are you gonna go do then?
As Berwin asks that, she kind of raises a hand very flippantly. She says, well, I have no interest in staying here, but unfortunately, with that damned lich still about, I can't leave. But if he was destroyed, or at least killed for a time, then I would leave. I would not bother you or anyone else.
Which lich?
You remember she had
Taruvar.
talked about Taruvar specifically, visiting her in this chamber.
Oh, the one that we killed.
Yeah.
Did you?
Don't Finger hooks.
I don't think we told her.
Yeah, I don't believe that was.
We told
discussed.
somebody, but yeah, it wasn't her. That's right.
Yeah, Isam. You told Isam that for sure, the vampire. But you didn't tell her about that. And as she kind of looks at you, seeing you kind of looking around at each other, she says, if nothing else, I could offer you some information. You see these men, and she kind of motions around to the men you destroyed, were my servants. They were enthralled with me, and they like to speak whenever I told them to, so I know a little bit of information here. I could divulge some of it if you took care of my lich problem for me.
Man, I don't want. Can't. Whoever that is, I can't hear you.
Turn a little bit. There we go.
Sorry, different.
Okay, that's why.
Oh, I'm at like 200 and can barely.
Yeah, I just maxed him and still not helping.
Does that help a bit?
Yeah, that's better.
Yes, it is.
Better.
Do. I'm trying to remember what information I've given you this far. With that, she kind of raises a finger up to her lips, tapping against her lips, and she kind of looks over towards you all. She says, "Well, I did hear something interesting very recently. Do you know about disrupting the Black Gates is apparently a way to go somewhere else? This vault that they spoke of."
What more do you know of this? Is that all? Is it just your rumors that you're hearing from other men?
With that, you see her kind of laugh in this silver. They are not rumors, my friend. They The ones that told me this, and she once again motioned around to the corpses, were very honest. They had no choice but to be. As far as information, they told me that this vault was very important. It held phylacteries in it, and that destroying them would cause great chaos without here. And honestly, I would love to do it myself just to get back at these leeches for what they did to me, but I'm afraid I don't have the power to do so. But I do know how many black gates need to be disrupted, if you would like that information.
How many have we already done that with?
One.
Just one so far. The one that we just teleported to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll look to her and say, I don't feel like dealing with these. Fine. What do you know?
As you say that, Markinor obviously struggling with the decision. You see her looking directly at you. She says, "So, if I give you this information, man of the cloth, you will allow me to leave then? You swear it?"
I look to her and say, I'll allow you to live. I can't guarantee you're going to leave freely.
With that, you see her shrug. Not good enough.
Then I immediately turn and look over towards the wall panel here.
You're able to clearly see the seams of another secret passageway.
Okay. Push or pull, anything like that.
You don't see any handles, but I assume it
So,
needs to be pushed.
Probably pushing him. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to kind of slowly start to push it open and see if I can find anything up ahead.
Who took the... There was a key in one of these cabinets. Who took that key?
I think it was Ford.
I thought it was Kalen because I got the glyph.
Yeah, it's probably me.
Okay, yeah, there was another glyph key inside the left cabinet. Okay. Alright, so you said you're pushing it open?
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
I want to kill this chick.
So as you open this door,
Oh, no.
a blast of heat escapes as the door opens. A howling creature of flame roils at the center of the soot-streaked stone chamber, whose walls are lined with glowing runes. Markinor, as you open this door, you see the flames from this creature as it moves, seeing the door open, lashing out towards you. The flames get right up towards your face, and you start to lean back in reaction to it, and the flames kind of buffer against what it only assume an invisible wall that lays there, as you see the runes lining the walls just beyond this corridor, flaring brightly.
I a million
almost reacting
percent
to the
want to
flames of
smite
this
the hell
creature.
out of this woman.
Well, hello there.
Kind of look back to the others and say, do we take care of this one first before we take care of that one? Not really determining which one I was speaking of. Leaving it very vague.
This one, that.
Everybody give me perception checks.
A decent perception.
All
check.
four of you, as you're hearing Markinor say that, you all kind of glancing around the room, seeing this flame creature, taking your attention for a moment, you all turn, and at the very last second, you see the form of a very smiling and smug-looking Pincheska vanish.
Not a pop.
Do I still sense her?
Yeah, you do still sense her in the room, though your senses are fading very quickly. It's only lasts one round.
Yeah. Kind of mentioned that she's making it for the door.
Eh.
Chance to smite wasted.
Is it though?
She's gone.
Is she though?
She will be. Alright, so seeing the fire elemental thing here. Ugh. Oh. I'd look back to the others and say, I guess we're gonna do this then.
We don't have to.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop
fire.
and I'm gonna look back at Berwin and say, and what other suggestion might you have?
Well, for some reason, I feel like I could now become like he is. I might have a way of communicating with him, but I'd have to take a minute to regain a little bit of strength to be able to do it. It's rather difficult for me to do, but I do believe I could do it.
And how much time are we talking?
Probably just 30 minutes to an hour. Shouldn't be that long.
I don't know that we're gonna be able to.
Or
wait.
we could just eliminate it, but I don't think it's. I think it's only hostile because crap.
Kaylin, what do you think?
Kaylin's thinking that's a problem for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Just because. Haven't used this in a while. I'm gonna cast
Yeah.
Fairy Fire over
Into the-
here.
Over there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, oh.
All right. Everybody. Okay, so as this fairy fire goes off, the room over in this corner towards the stairs, radiating with this light that kind of flows out in this cube, normally would just impact any kind of creatures, invisible or not. You see that it expands outward and does nothing. Everybody give me either nature or history checks.
Oh, well, I'm glad I'm super not proficient in either one of those. This will go well. Hey, it actually went better than I thought it was going to.
Okay. Everybody but Kaylin. You know, especially with your one run-in with a succubus before in your travels, that they have the power to switch, to step into the ethereal realm. And in doing so, they become untouchable for the most part from the prime material plane. And though it's similar to going invisible, it is not quite the same effect. You all assume that she is in the ethereal plane currently.
Awful lot of talk about the ethereal plane today.
Kaylin, I don't think that's gonna work. She believes she plane shift there. Here.
Just wanted to check.
Yeah. It's a good thought.
So are we dealing with this thing, or are we going to turn back? Or are we waiting for Berwin to do whatever it is he wants to do here?
Up to y'all.
Well, since it seems our fire-loving friend can't touch us through these runes, we might think about taking a rest before we move on. I know I'm in okay shape, but you guys are looking a little rough.
We would just need to watch out for our new lady friend. Make sure she doesn't
She'll be messing with us
Surprise
the
us.
entire time.
I'd be surprised if she comes back.
Kaylin, I need a wisdom saving throw, please.
Welcome, party. Thank you so much for the raid.
You're not
Very
answering
much
whispers,
appreciate
so you
it.
can just do it publicly.
Oh. I'm not getting it. This
Shows up in the chat box.
not showing up in the chat box.
Should be.
Last thing I have in my chat box is me making a nature. So that time I got it.
Are you not associated with your character?
Should be.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a wisdom save.
I don't care.
Yeah. Roll 20, please.
Yeah, that is definitely one big fiery dude that is
There we go. Okay.
trying to ruin our lives.
As this knowledge sweeps across you, y'all remember this. You see Kaylin kind of shrugging and turning back towards the door. And then you see her stop. And you see her head tilt a bit. And she begins to walk across the room.
This woman.
She gets to here. You see, as she's walking across the room, she's reaching into her bag and she pulls out the key that she found earlier, the glyph key. And as she walks across the room, she holds it out in front of her. And as she does so, you see the misty form of Pincheska reappear with a very satisfied smile on her face.
And
I gotta re-roll then.
Oh, yeah, because it was a charm, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Fucking elves.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. One more.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I was like, wait, no. You pulling that shit on me. I'm going back over here.
Fucking elves. Alright. Yeah, never mind. Retconning all of that. She is not coming back out of the material, or the ethereal plane.
She
Fuck
should.
you guys.
Because
Nope.
She should.
I wanna smite her so bad.
Y'all are murder hobo as fuck.
She
yeah,
didn't
so-
want to cooperate.
You didn't want to cooperate.
Of course I didn't.
also-
She's a freaking
I mean, she is a
Fiend.
fiend.
Of
But
course.
I don't think you could classify wanting to kill a fiend as a murder hobo.
Yeah.
That's pretty murder hobo-ish. 'cause she's
Not
like,
for a
"Well,
cleric.
She just wants you to give her a key and let her out of here.
I
She's a
offered to let her live just long enough for us to do what we needed to.
Oh,
That's pretty impressive for a cleric paladin.
Mm-hmm.
all right.
Yeah, the whole reason I assumed she wouldn't come back is because we're elves and we're assholes.
Elves. Ridiculous. Can't
Fine.
show ever.
Okay, so guys, what are we doing? Are we waiting? Are we going? What are we doing?
It's up to y'all.
No, somebody. Yeah, let's make a choice. Something.
Well,
Anything.
Rowan, if you think you can talk to this fire demon beast
Hey,
thing,
Psychotic. Hey, King. How
I
you
say
guys
go for
doing?
Okay. So we
go for it.
waiting then.
Down.
If it takes waiting, I guess we're waiting. Oops.
Okay, I guess we're waiting then.
Waiting. Oh,
What
we're
are
gonna
we-
take a short rest.
I'm just gonna sit in front of the doorway and stare at the fire elemental.
Hey, little guy.
Um,
don't mind us. We're trying to figure out exactly how we're going to handle this situation because a couple of our party members haven't quite figured that out.
Right? That's not a thing anymore.
Psychotic, thank
Okay.
you for the follow.
So taking a short rest.
Yes.
Yeah, short rest. Short
Okay.
rest it is.
Kaylin, give me a d20 roll. Okay. All right. You'll be able to go through the short rest uninterrupted.
Yeah.
Roll some hit dice.
Uh-huh.
Before we short rest, I'm gonna dump a counter spell into my right hand spell story.
12.
Okay.
I am not a Fortnite player, unfortunately. So, let's see, 77.
I'm gonna rename this campaign just for all intents and purposes to fucking elves.
Fucking
That's what it was
elves.
named in the first place.
Elves everywhere.
Those 2 natural hit dice,
All
though.
the elves.
Mm-hmm. The Fey team. So
It is.
I remember why succubuses were so useless against you now.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while
that
since I had
happened.
that thought.
Yeah, that happened once. And
That happened once.
Back when you were
It did
baby
not
level
end
5.
when we
well.
were babies and it didn't work then.
Yeah, not gonna work now.
I mean, it
Wow.
might have worked against me with my
Yeah,
negative
you're the only
3.
one. Yeah, you're the only one, maybe, but you don't have the key, so.
Yeah, it's true.
And you have keys, but she doesn't know that, so.
Okay. So we waited out our 1 hour here. Cool. I get that back. I'm just checking to make sure I'm getting everything back properly here. Oh, music. I like the music. It doesn't say. I think I get that back too, which is fine.
What are y'all doing?
I'm going to pull something on you, and wild shape into a fire elemental.
Sorry,
Okay.
King. No, we're playing D&D tonight.
You're a
That's
fire
our
elemental.
that's our thing. That's what we do here usually.
Ooh, I can do this now.
No, you can't.
So, thanks to some generous members of. Oh, maybe I can't. Oh, I think I can.
Generous members.
Yes.
Do. There we go.
Generous
Aha.
members.
I have other D&D groups and all that fun stuff. I
Yes.
hit them up the other day for basically donations to help purchase things going forward, and start purchasing things in Roll20, like the player's handbook and monster manual and crap like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some of those now, so
Oh.
Cool.
I can do things like this, where I can bring this over, put you onto the other thing.
Yeah, you can duplicate. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah, you
duplicate
don't-
them usually.
D&D Beyond and look up the stats of a fire elemental.
You won't even need to do that because I'll be able to. Oh wait, no, I can't.
You can't open that fire elemental page and duplicate and assign.
Maybe.
That's what I usually do. Is I just click on the actual page, and then tell it to duplicate, and then close the window and scroll all the way to the bottom to find the new one, and then drag that over to the sheet, and then just rename it.
How do I duplicate it though?
So if you do the shift and click on the character, and then you click edit, there's a duplicate button at the bottom,
Aha.
and then
Ooh.
close that window and then scroll all the way to the bottom of your list of items, and then you'll see the copy of Fire Elemental down there.
Oh, well, ain't that
And then
fancy.
if you click on that and open it, you can edit and then rename it to Berwin or whatever, and then assign him to have access to just that one. I mean, he still sees the actual character sheet, which is fine because that's what he's playing as now, I guess.
That's what I am.
But yeah,
There you go. Okay, cool. Appreciate that because I have
No
never
problem.
used that before. So
Oh.
I'll write this up here. Do that. Shit. Didn't do it. Go up.
and then yeah, make sure you just drag from that bar over. So delete that
Yeah.
token and drag from the bar over so that it gives you the correct
Yeah,
one
it's
for
already
that sheet.
added the token correctly.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right, so you're now a fire elemental.
Yay.
But that's it's not helping us here.
In Ignan,
I'm gonna move.
you fancy language,
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to say to the other fire elemental, hello.
Okay. You see this fire elemental raging about, flames still filling the room and lashing out towards the doorway here, but obviously stopping short as you see these runes flaring up in reaction to the flames. As you say hello, as Ignan, kind of this rolling, like I said, it sounds like a bonfire crackling, flows through the air. The flames start to dissipate within the room. And Berwin, you're able to see and hear as this flame elemental kind of coalesces again in a somewhat humanoid form, looking towards you. And it says, in a very simple tongue, you free me. You set me home. Let me out.
Let you out.
Of course, I will, as under a simple condition that you do not harm my friends here.
This
Once again, in this tongue, very simplistic, but
this isn't gonna work, Chad.
communicates the intention that it will not harm anyone
No,
that
come on.
sets it free. Will help you.
Wait, how do we set it
Very
free?
well. So then, since elementals can, this is to you as a player, not as character. So, since elementals can speak, but they only know Ignan, but I carry my languages over, could I speak in other languages also?
In your fire elemental form?
Yes.
No.
No, just Ignan?
Just Ignan right now.
Okay.
Yay.
Just wanted to
Uh,
check. Because I'm still technically proficient with my other language.
Right.
Correct.
I'm just seeing if you physically have the ability to do so. Because I don't see fire elementals like using, or any elemental for that matter, using like vocal cords to
Right.
speak.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
It's more so like they're moving their body in such a way to make noise.
Gotcha.
So that's the reason behind it. You know all these languages. You have all the information and everything in your head
Yeah.
still, but you don't have the means to do so. Much like in direwolf form.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to point. So I'd like to turn to face my friends. Point towards fire, the other fire elemental. Like, put my hands together and like break them apart real fast, like you're breaking out of like restraints or something. And then give them a thumbs up.
Gonna need a performance check. Watch.
Did you guys get any of that?
I have no idea. Something about a handshake, maybe?
Yeah, I got nothing.
I sigh, shake my head, walk over to the door. Can I see anything about these runes at all?
You can give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
As you're looking over these runes, seeing them before, although they are not doing so now since the fire elemental has obviously calmed down, before you're able to see that they glowed in reaction to his fire, and as you look at them closely, you're able to see that these runes seem to be made in such a way to keep anything from the plane of fire restrained within it.
Okay.
Oh.
I would like to point to Kaylin and then point to the rune.
Okay.
Point to Kaylin.
What do you want me to do?
So
Uh,
we're basically gonna have to deface
Just
it.
punch my other open hand.
Yeah. We have to.
You want me to punch the runes? Got it.
You have to deface it.
Shake my head, shake my head, shake my head.
You want me to destroy them? I get it.
2 thumbs up this time.
I think he wants you to punch the fire elemental.
Well, he wants me to. Yeah, I already knew that. Oh yeah, after the short rest, I picked fire again because of fire elemental for my resistance.
Okay.
Mostly because the one in the room here, not the one that's behind the runes.
Wow! Wow!
I mean, can you blame us?
Then in Ignan, I'm gonna tell the other fire elemental that one of my friends may have to come into the room to
I don't trust this. This is
help
a
get
bad
them out.
idea, guys. I think this is a terrible
As you
idea.
say that, you see the fire elemental kind of shrinking a little bit in its form. You're obviously able to tell, especially you, Berwyn, that it's trying to put off a less menacing form to not frighten your friends. And it kind of slinks and blows across the room towards the back of it, away from the walls and such, moving away, obviously allowing you entry without attacking you.
Alright. I didn't see that because I still can't get that close to the door. So I go up to the door. Just before I walk in the room, are these runes like carved on the walls, or are they like...
Like the entirety of this room, the floor, the walls, the ceiling, you can see these intricate runes carved in. As you're looking up closer, I'll say that you've taken a little bit of time to do so. You get the same information that Berwyn was able to get from a second ago, that they're obviously intended to keep anything from the plane of fire
plane,
held within it. You know you'll need to disable a few of these to be able to weaken the room enough to allow this creature to exit it.
Okay.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
So knowing there's so many, I couldn't just use Dispel Magic, most likely.
You could try. Dispel Magic would be able to
Yeah.
not necessarily target a rune, it would target the magic of the rune, the rune
Yeah.
itself.
So yeah, I'm gonna step in. I'm assuming I can pass through the barrier without any issues.
Oh yeah, 0 resistance.
So I want to get into the room and just look at everything. So it's literally the whole room is covered, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try Dispel Magic first.
Okay. So as
Yeah.
you, as Kaylin enters into this room, you see the fire elemental clearly now kind of shrunken down in its form to not see as menacing. The room is still very hot. You're uncomfortable while you're inside of it, but it's not burning hot. As you look around and begin to mutter under your breath, moving your arms around, just kind of taking in the entire room, you send out this energy to calm or at least quell some of this magic. You're able to see that some of the runes that were glowing ever so slightly begin to dissipate, and you feel that the magic has been considerably weakened and will remain so for about a minute or so.
Okay, so can I go check these doors very quickly then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the fire elemental just kind of skirts around you as you move towards it, moving away from you. If you want to check the doors, give me a investigation check, or you can just open them. Your choice.
Well, I'm not gonna at least. I was just gonna see if they were unlocked. So
The doors are unlocked, and you don't see any traps on them.
Okay.
okay, I'd like to open them.
Okay. As you open these double doors, you see a pathway leading before you, and you see what appears to be another white gate. As you start to look through the doors, you feel heat moving up behind you as this fire elemental is kind of moved forward, and it seems to be peering out the doors, reaching out kind of a very fired hand around you, not near you, testing the doorway, and you see its hands able to reach all the way through the doorway and then come back to its form.
All right, I'm gonna step through and then motion for it to come through quickly. Just hand wave like.
Okay. The rest of y'all are able to see this form following Caitlin, moving forward. As it steps forward, you see it kind of somewhat having legs as it kind of walks forward, though you see the flames on its feet not really touching the ground theoretically. But as its left leg comes down, you see a pitfall trap spring out underneath it. However, the flame elemental doesn't even look down at it, just kind of floating through the air as it does so.
That's funny.
Good thing I picked the right side of the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sometimes you get lucky. So I'm gonna go up to the white gate and use my glyph key to open to whatever's on the other side. I think I have the right one for this.
With the one you have currently? Yes, you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you move forward, excuse me, you're able to feel the arcane energy coming from this glyph key, signaling to appear that it's attuned to the abyssal prisons, and this white gate matches its attunement. And as the command from your mind issues out, the white gate begins dissipating, and the white smoke and misty form around it disappears, revealing a pathway leading off to the southeast.
Alright, move everybody.
Do we have a new party elemental pet?
It clearly told Berwyn it would help whoever set it free.
Okay. Can it
You're
squeeze
welcome,
me?
guys.
Do what?
I guess if I leave it, do I have to stay in the white gate to get everybody?
You got to stay in proximity of it, but you do
Right.
know this fire elemental will be able to squeeze through without harming you.
Yeah, I wasn't. Just wanted to make sure. I wasn't sure if I could move. Yeah, I'd motion it by me.
Okay. Its form kind of coalesces into flowing flames moving past you, not reaching towards you. As it gets to about here, you see its form returning, and it steps a kind of heavy footfall down again, and once again, a pitfall trap activates and falls underneath it.
Yeah.
That was actually why I wanted to go first. I thought.
Totally calculated.
Yeah.
I see a door ahead and kind of stuck up against the wall and motion Aelion and Markador past.
Yeah. I'll still stay in this spot for now. You guys can go check that door while I keep the
Just
door
for-
open.
Just for, since y'all are in a tight cramped space, I'll shrink the
Ah,
tokens in a little
thank
bit.
Okay.
Alright, you see another set of double doors ahead of you.
Do they appear to be locked?
They do not.
Okay. I will open them. I'm
So you're
surprised this did. Yeah.
Okay.
Really kind of surprised this didn't just backfire on us, to be honest.
As you open the doors to this chamber, this fire elemental kind of rolling and smoking next to you, Arcanora, you see a large chamber before you.
This shit. Look at all
This
of
area
this
might
shit.
once have been a great
at
banquet
that.
hall, but its furnishings now lie
This is gonna be
in rotting
epic.
piles along the walls. Between the rows of pillars, 6 great magic circles glow brightly, illuminating the whole chamber.
This makes me
Directly in front of you, you see several undead that turn to look at you as you enter the room. Anybody
Might
roll
have
for
to
initiative?
Do that.
Well then. Oh, whoops. I will change that. Epic.
Oh yeah. Can you change? I think you can change that. Yeah, you should be able to.
I gotta find it.
Yeah, it's not something I had changed already. Yeah, you just have to click on the toggle thing up in the top right above the name.
Yep. Never whisper.
Yeah. Initiative. Okay. It's done. Now for all these dudes.
What is that? There's so many cool things in here. Oh,
What the shit? Stop it.
I know where we're at now, because I see there's a doorway down here that we were already by. Yeah, with 2 elementals, gonna be so good. Gonna be so good.
That zombie with the nat 20.
Super fast with its 18 initiative roll.
Yeah, it's gonna be so good.
Okay. I think that's everything. Alrighty, so as you all begin to move forward through the white gate, it's starting to close behind you. Markinor throws these double doors open, and you see this large chamber. You see several, 6 different magic circles beyond the door. Inside, some of them seem to be fiends, and as you look at them, they seem to be bracing against the sides of the circle, almost as if an invisible wall is rising up before them, and they're looking towards you. And you hear murmured voices and such, so you can't pick out the words. But the undead inside the chamber clearly turn and start moving towards you. Aelion, it's your move.
I'm gonna pull out my bow, and I am going to shoot an arrow at each 3 of these in front of me.
Wait, what is that?
Okay.
Isn't
One
that
for each?
improved now?
Yeah.
All right.
Be left or right.
Left or right? Okay. All 3 hit.
And the third one gets a D8 as well. Got a 10, 12, and 11.
10, 12, and 11. Okay.
Hmm.
All still standing.
I'm gonna sit right here.
All right.
It's a scary room.
Okay, so as Aelion sees this up, he immediately raises up his longbow and takes 3 very quick shots in rapid succession, hitting all 3 of these undead in front of him. You see the arrows kind of breaking rotting skin and bones loose from each of these creatures, but all 3 of them still standing after the attacks, kind of grunting in pain and then moving forward towards you. Kaylin.
All right, I'm gonna fire off 2 Elder Blasts.
At who?
This one.
Both of those will miss.
Yeah. That's it for me.
Okay. Oh shit, I didn't put him on the initiative order. There was one guy I was missing.
Holy crap, look at all of those.
Right there. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so as these 2 Eldritch Blasts leave Kaylin's fingers, they seem to fly true, but you see this guy is wearing some armor over his undead flesh, as well as a shield, and he brings it up, and one glances off the armor and one off the shield, just unable to gain purchase on him. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright. This guy is going to step forward up here, moving around this. Yeah. And he's going to take 2 longbow shots at Markinor.
Okay.
Both of those are going to miss, not able to find purchase on through his armor and shield.
I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing.
I gotta zoom out.
So excited.
There we go. This guy down here. Yeah, he's super slow. He's gonna start marching forward, dashing. Berwin.
Oh, there he is.
Yes.
Your turn.
It's your turn, Mr.
Awesome.
Fire Elemental.
I didn't see him on the turn order, and it's because he's a fire elemental. I was like, I don't see
Also-
Berwin. Where's Berwin?
Also, when I rolled, it whispered it.
Oh. Oh, you could
was
change that
still
too.
set.
Yeah.
It was. It was. I changed.
Yeah.
So, using my super duper fire shape shifting,
Super-duper.
I'm basically gonna fly over
Super
them,
duper.
come to here, and then go back into my large size and encompass this guy.
Okay.
Cool.
So as soon as Berwin in his elemental form just kind of encompasses around this thing, it immediately is going to take some damage. Go ahead and roll for that.
Yep. There.
I'm going to put you on the back. There we go. All right.
He's also set on fire.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be fun. And then one attack, I'm going to attack this guy here. I'm gonna touch him. 11 hit,
11 does hit.
so 20 fire damage.
Jesus. Burned to a crisp, just enveloped in flames.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna shift over here and touch the other guy.
Okay.
The 26 hit.
Jesus, natural 20 hits.
Stop
think he's dead.
Stop taking my fun away.
I think he's dead.
Yeah, like I was gonna
Literally.
calculate damage, but yeah,
Literally,
yeah,
the
yes,
one
that
thing
is-
that
he's
I'm
dead.
really good at is fighting these things.
Cool. I'm just gonna shift over here to better allow my friends into the room.
Okay, so Berwin just swirling over as this mass of flames that kind of raises its hands up in the air, engulfing this dread warrior, this undead warrior in front of him, then reaching out and slamming both of his hands into the two zombies. They just turn to, burn to crisps, set aflame. You see this dread warrior on fire, starting to reach around and pat itself out, but unable to do so quite yet. All right, this guy's dead. This guy's not.
Yep, that's about what they sound like.
This guy's gonna do the same. He's not gonna double move all the way to the fire elemental.
Ah, come on.
He's gonna stop there. The Shred Warrior is going to try to pat himself out, or he's going to be able to. So he starts patting his form. Immediately. Okay, so he does have two actions. He's gonna step away from the fire elemental and swing his battle axe around at him.
Okay.
Crit fail. He's gonna miss pretty badly, just sinking through your fiery form, unable to gain purchase on you at all. He's kind of smart. He's gonna run away to 50, 20. You'll get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
Hey, that helped me actually.
Good for him. He didn't hit. The 10 hit.
10 will not hit.
Okay.
So he quickly slinks away after taking a good chunk of fire damage from you, not wanting to be too close to you. Markinor.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna go here. I think. 1 sec. Hold on. Let me see. Yep, that's where I'm going. And then I'm going to cast. Da 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 da! Turn undead. Wisdom save. 16.
16. Alrighty, so Dread Warrior fails.
Okay.
White
This will be
fails. It's gonna be all four of the zombies down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wisdom fail.
Really fail. Fail.
Mhm. Everything is turned.
Okay, so anything that is half CR or lower is instantly destroyed. Because I also have Destroy Undead, or what is it called? Looking for the actual name of it. Hold on.
No, shit. I fucked up. There we go.
Features. Yeah, it's a feature of my Turn Undead, and it is Destroy Undead. When an undead fails its saving throw against Turn Undead, it is instantly destroyed if it is CR or lower of the threshold, which is half.
Half. All right. Well, these quarter CR zombos
Yeah.
are not going to survive that.
Nope. And then everything else just has to basically is frightened at this point, I believe.
Yeah. Just
It moves as far away as it can on its turn.
Okay.
And then can't take a reaction as well.
All right.
And it can use its dash action if it wants to. Yeah, so that was well worth it. Looking to see if there's anything I want to do here.
They can't even save. They're just frightened for a minute. Jesus. Okay. All right.
And then I'm going to actually use something I haven't used in a while. I'm going to cast the spiritual weapon directly beside the big beastie.
Okay.
It's gonna miss.
Are you trying to attack said BBC?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. You find as you try to cast it there, it can't penetrate this glyphed circle
Okay.
around it that seems to be restricting it. So your attack glances off of it.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, that's my turn.
Wait, no, that's not what I want. No,
No.
none. There we go. Whatever. I feel like
Yeah.
this has changed.
I imagine that elemental thing
There we
is
go.
kind of
Should have
fun.
control of it now. Okay, so as Markinor moves forward, you see him raising his holy symbol to Tyr, begins to chant, and then he screams out loud.
The shield.
Just kind of in a battle cry.
Right.
And all of the undead around him take steps back, obviously frightened of it. You see the zombies down to his south immediately screech in pain and then wither and die again, falling to the ground. They're all dead.
Yeah.
Your fire elemental buddy lets out a rolling flame yell as he moves to his full form and begins charging across the room. What's your movement speed, buddy? Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, it's 50.
He's going to move right here, encompassing the dude.
Perfect.
1d10 to him.
And that's the destroy undead thing. I just found it.
So he does. Oh, Jesus. Max damage to this dude. So 10 damage to that. He is going to start moving away from him, but he's going to try to touch attack him first. 19 will hit. To another
Nice.
19. He kills this one.
Nice.
Slides forward, encompassing this one as well. Doing another 4 damage to it. And then touching it as well. 9 is going to miss, though. And not seeing anything else, it's just going to take a step back and get ready to attack it again. That's going to be its turn. Fire elementals are beefy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so moving down to the bottom of the turn over here. This guy down here is going to join the party. 20, 25, 30. He's going to
But they're all dead now. Good luck.
fire a longbow twice at your fire elemental friend. 14 and 11. 14 will hit. It has resistance, so it only takes 3 damage.
Ah, ha,
Boop. Barely even notices the arrow that hit it. And
It's
that's
just a
its
scratch.
turn. Nothing but a flesh wound. These guys didn't even get a chance to react. Aeolian!
Gonna take a step into here. Sorry, new tooltip. And take a couple of shots at this close guy right here.
Both those hit. Yep.
I'm just excited that I got to actually use
So 10 to hit.
turn undead and actually make it do something.
Anything else?
Oh, no, that's it.
All right. So as you move up behind Berwin, you quickly raise up, seeing a lot of the undead that you shot at before now are all dead. You see one guy left in front of your fire elemental buddy, taking 2 quick shots at it. Able to hit it both of them, not doing a ton of damage, but definitely weakening it. Kaylin.
Okay, sitting back in the back and not seeing any of this. Gonna walk into the room and say, "Where'd they all go?"
Magic.
Fire just burning on the ground on top of these corpses and shit.
And then seeing there's the one that I can see over here that's still alive, I'm gonna fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay. Both those hit. 19. Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. So as Kaylin enters the room, seeing these 2 fire elementals just hovering over scorched corpses, she quickly steps in, raises a hand off, fires off 2 beams of force energy, both of them hitting this white, chunks of its bone and white dead flesh chunking off of it and falling to the ground as they're impacted by it. It looks very beat up, but it's still standing. Attack the fire elemental.
What could go wrong?
He did. He did. He did. All the zombies are dead. The zombies are dead, guys.
There's
like a list of them.
It's gonna attack once with a longsword.
That one's
6 is
dead
gonna miss,
too.
and it's gonna try to life drain it. 17 will hit. So, con save.
Con save. Fails.
So it takes 5 necrotic damage, and its HP drops by 5.
Yep.
Also, the white takes
Yes.
damage.
94. It drops to 97. All right. Yeah, so this fire elemental, you see some of its flames beginning to turn kind of black as this thing reaches a hand into its form. Some of the flames turning black and then kind of flailing away from the creature as you feel that some of its life was sucked out of it. That being said, as it's hit, it takes another 1d10 damage. Only taking 1 from the attack. All right. That's that guy's turn. Don't think there's any zombies alive. Yep, they're all dead. Erwin.
Yes. So, I'd like to slip all the way through down here,
Okay.
encompass the guy.
Okay.
Poor guy.
There's the 8 fire damage.
Okay.
And then touch him twice, or
Okay.
once. May only need 1.
Ooh.
14. Nope, still standing.
Oh,
Another 28 though. Yeah. Fucking dead. Jesus. Oh, this
Yeah.
room was maybe difficult at one time, but with 2 fire elementals, not so much. Anything else, Mr. Fire Elemental Berwin?
Dead. They're like all dead.
I'd like to go to the middle of the room. Just kind of stand there very proudly.
Okay, so as Berwin streaks, just this kind of living fireball streaks across the room, you see that he's able to easily pass through this circle that holds no fiends within it. moves down towards this white, encompassing it, burning it, and then immediately kind of wrapping around its body with its 2 touch attacks. You see it kind of, Berwyn begins to kind of pick it up with its hands, and it kind of thrashes about as the flames encompass it completely, and then it lets it drop in just a charred mess. And then Berwyn moves back to the middle of the room, just setting up pieces of the floor on fire as he does so. You're dead.
He's awful
dead.
proud of himself.
You're also dead.
Considering
Markinor.
I killed most of
One
the
whole
zombies.
dude left that looks super beat up.
Mm-hmm. And he's gonna take a longsword shot. Yeah, no, he's not.
Unfortunately, that's gonna. Well, yeah.
Would the negative affect a magical item?
I think since it still uses your attack stuff, it's going to be affected by you since your magic and such isn't quite as strong. So yeah.
Sure. And then I'll just come up here, taking the Warhammer and waiting to see that beautiful glow as soon as it impacts this thing. Hopefully I hit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
For 12 bludgeoning damage.
And go ahead and give me some narration as you finish off the last undead in this room.
So yeah, after kind of stepping into the room and before kind of raising the shield, and it kind of glows and the light kind of gets rid of all the other zombies, kind of turn over in this direction, seeing this one still standing. And as the Tyr's longsword kind of jabs forward, the zombie or white's able to move out of the way, and as he moves, the warhammer just crashes against his skull, like as it's like moving almost towards me, just smashes into his skull, and it just kind of collapses like a sack of potatoes to the ground. And the warhammer, the end of the warhammer kind of glows at it as it impacts the skin of the undead there.
All right, so Markinor definitely finding himself in his element, fighting these undead creatures, feeling very effective against them, even with his somewhat reduced state after being resurrected from the dead. Is able to just dispatch this last wight very handily. With no short help from the 2 fire elementals now in your party. And you find yourself still in this room now, the seeming undead guards of it, all slayed, but you do see these fiends trapped inside these circles all around you. And as the battle kind of ends, and I wish it wouldn't play that one every time. Move that down there. There we go. You see that these fiends are all kind of moving away from the flames and such that are surrounding them, even though they do definitely seem to be protected by the arcane runes, creating a force field around them. You do see them kind of moving forward and leaning against it, and they say, free us from our prisons. You hear that from this big guy. You hear other littler voices as these small creatures begin to kind of flutter back and forth within their cage. Say, yes, set us free. We will attack them for you. Set us free.
I'm gonna look back at Kaylin and just kind of shrug and say, I don't know, I don't trust all of these beasts and these fiends in this room. I don't know that we should release them.
Wasn't planning on it. I'll trust the fire elemental.
That's as far as my trust goes.
Yeah.
I
But
wave.
I don't trust fiends.
You can trust us. You trust us. Trust us. Set us free. Set us free.
No.
They seem awful. They seem very much like they just want out, and we know what happens when fiends get their way. They just do whatever they want.
And as the party all kind of comes to a consensus of, nah, we don't want to set these fiends free. That doesn't sound like a good idea. You see them, the littler ones over here to the east, begin to flutter around and start kind of banging their little hands against the arcane force field around them. The big one doing much the same. It's like, set us free or we will kill you. Set us free.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Threaten us that you're going to kill us if we don't set you free, but you'll probably kill us if we do set you free. Yeah, that's not a choice.
Wait, Kaylin, maybe we can give them what they want. We can set them free one at a time and get rid of them, as we should.
I suppose we could kill them all. However, I'd prefer to get out of this stupid vault as quickly as possible, and the time we waste dealing with these trapped idiots is
Yes,
time
but-
we waste from getting to this phylactery and getting out of here.
My only consideration is the fact that that trap us for how long? Who might come by and release them on us? But ultimately, it is your call, and I will leave it up to you.
I say we move on. I just don't think it's worth our time. The less risk we take now, the better we are off in the future.
Okay. So with that, I'm gonna kind of walk by this rune where the little ones are, and just kind of drag the tip of the warhammer across the force field there as I'm walking by.
Okay. So as you walk by this force field, dragging the tip of your warhammer across it, you don't notice it at first, but as you kind of look back, you see that you've scuffed some of the arcane runes on it. And all four of these creatures start flying out,
Oh,
now free from their
darn.
prison, and fly towards you.
Oh darn!
Oh darn!
Oh darn! It's almost like I was wanting something bad like that to happen.
Oh dear. Okay.
Initiative roll.
I don't think it's necessary. Really?
Stop.
I mean, we can.
They literally
Explode.
will die within a few seconds. They have 7 HP. So,
Can I just move through all of them at once and just be done with it?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what? No, we're gonna do this. Yeah, everybody roll for initiative. We're gonna see what happens.
Uh-huh.
Put the battle music back on. Why not?
Why not?
Ooh, a 17.
A whole 4. Boy,
Sounds
those
about right for you.
big rolls, man.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting. 1 second. I got a lot of shit to set up real quick.
He's going to try to have these things run around and try to break out everything all at once. So we need to kill them immediately. I'm just saying.
Done. Maybe. Well, that went well. As well as I could have
Okay.
hoped.
And your fire elemental friend as well. So many character sheets to keep up with.
Ain't it great?
Elemental. Okay. Okay. All right. 2. Okay. So from where you're all standing, you see Markinors inadvertently, maybe on purpose, you don't know, set these things free, and they all begin to zip out of their prison, moving through the air. Aelion, you're up first.
And roll my heads towards Markinor, pull a few arrows out, and shoot these 3 on the left. 1 at each again.
Okay.
1, 2,
All 3 attacks hit.
3.
And 3 of them fall out of the air as they try to escape.
That's it.
That's it. All right. So Aelion, more annoyed than anything, takes 3 quick shots and is able to hit all 3 of these guys that are trying to escape. Obviously not being very powerful creatures. And they are all dead. 3 of them are dead. Berwin.
Kind of saddened at watching 3 of them just drop. Kind of mosey on up and just give this little guy a hug.
Okay.
8 damage.
Still get to incinerate corpses.
It's still standing?
It's still standing.
9 HP.
That's not anymore.
22.
Nope. Okay, anything else?
No.
Alrighty, so as 3 of them are still falling out of the air, this fire elemental moves through, just encompassing all 4 of these bodies. You see as he moves back out of the area, kind of shrinking a little bit in his form as just fire covers this entire circle for a brief moment. All 4 of them lay charred and black. Dead. Everybody give me perception checks. All of you are able to look around the room, kind of seeing that seemingly this battle's surely over now. And you hear a silvery laugh radiate out from the west. And shimmering as you look over towards the source of this laugh, you see shimmering back behind this large creature, the winged Pincheska standing over to the side. And you see her kind of tilting her head, looking down at the runes, and she reaches out and scuffs one with her foot.
Oh no.
And with a smile, she steps back and says, "If you'd just given me that key, this would have been fine. Now you have to fight this."
Oh, don't worry.
Oh no, I'm so terrified.
Don't worry, Pancheska. I'll be with you in just a moment.
And she dashes down there. Yeah, that's all she can do. Okay. Kaylin.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna have fun with this.
Literally wasn't gonna even do anything. But now that she showed up,
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
we'll just start with that. Con save.
On her.
Mm-hmm.
An 11.
Yeah, she missed. 35 necrotic.
Okay. Okay.
What is my
35
other one? Hold on, I
damage.
got another one. Looking
All
for
right.
something.
And I'll just stab over here. That's it for me.
Alrighty. So as Kaylin motions out with her hand, this kind of trail of black smoke leaches across the room very quickly, and you see Pincheska kind of raising hands up defensively, but is unable to stop it as this blight damage sinks into her hands and skin. You see her very fair skin beginning to blacken and such, moving up her arm, like kind of along her veins. She moans in pain and at the damage from it, but she is definitely still standing. This thing's dead. Fire elemental. Oh wait, he needs to roll for initiative. 1 second. Oh dear. Okay. Well, he won't be until the next turn anyway, so. Alright. Ooh. Why is that? Huh. I'll target that one off. Alright, there we go. Do. Alright, so the fire elemental, seeing this thing beginning to move out, is going to move towards it instead. Damn it, I closed this
Oh,
character
no.
sheet. 1 second.
We're definitely not dead yet. But Pancheska's gonna be. You know what I just realized? I just realized that my
reading
war
so slow
priest
Maybe it's
ability
'cause you
wasn't
have
on my
to process like
bar
20 different tokens.
or on my character sheet.
This is fine. I'll run a day's work for Mr. DM against you
Mhm.
guys. All right, so it is going to move forward, encompassing this guy, so immediately getting its combustion. 1d10. What a typo. So on this creature, it's one of its things is lightning, and it's his misspelled is kitening.
Nice.
Dope. All right, so 4 damage there, and then it's gonna try to touch it twice. Miss. So it misses both its attacks. You see as the flames roil over this creature, kind of glancing against its skin. You see its skin, while it does smoke just an ever so slight amount, it doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot to this fiend. And that's its turn. Markinor.
Yeah. Okay, one sec. Okay. Also gotta check this. 1 second. I'm just getting everything organized here. The beast is there. So actually that can only move to there. I, on the other hand, I'm going to take my dash action, get all up in this chick's face, and then what am I gonna do? Anything? Can I do anything? I don't know that I can. Yeah, I don't think I can, because if I move the sword, I can't do anything else, because that is considered the bonus. So, yeah, that'll be my turn.
Alrighty. This thing is dead. This guy, however, is going to start retaliating. He is going to step aside from the fire elemental and attack it. Over there. Alright, so it is going to do a bite and 2 claws.
A bite and 2 claws.
That hits. So this thing is going to take a total of... Nope, the stacks don't count as magical. Alright, so it is going to leech out for 22, 29 damage. 14 damage total. Okay. And each attack is going to take 1d10.
She's going to
from
try to
attacking
go
this thing.
around and break everything out at once.
10,
Plus
11.
another one for because
So I
it's
wanted
on
to
fire, right?
I wanted to get in range. Because if she runs,
I'll say because it has
I'll be able to
resistance
hit
to
her.
fire, it doesn't actually.
Okay, that's
ignite.
fair.
Shit. So 11. So 5. Oop, shit. No, not that guy. This guy.
And technically, I'm guessing that sword should go. Because it's only a minute, and...
Yeah, I'll give you another round with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna give you 2 rounds for it.
Alright, cool.
So yeah, it'll last through the rest of this round. So this guy, obviously not really caring too much about the fire, is able to just completely attack this fire elemental. Not doing a ton of damage to it, but doing enough to show that it means business. Aelion.
I'm gonna step out into the middle a little bit more. The theme tonight is splitting my attack. I'm gonna send one at her, and one at the big guy.
Hit her.
Okay.
I'll be first for her.
20 hits and 19 hits.
Mm. Some good damage.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. So as Aelion, still repping his longbow, pulls 2 more arrows from his quiver and lets them fly. One flies right next to Markinor, hitting the succubus, hitting Pincheska in the shoulder. You see it kind of sinking in a bit, and she quickly reaches up with a scowl and rips it away from her skin, not seeming to penetrate too deeply into her skin there. Much the same happens to this large creature that's fighting the elemental. The arrow sinks into its back, but not very far. Berwin.
Well, hi there. That's as far as I can move.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just gonna touch instead. Since I can't
Going to touch it.
roll
Touch
for
it.
11
Miss.
and a 9. So
And
nothing.
miss.
I just grumble.
Rumble. Unhappy. Happily. Do.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
Ooh, dramatic music switch.
Uh-oh.
Okay. All right. So as Pincheska's now beginning to get surrounded and getting attacked, you see her looking around, and with a bit of another eye roll, she vanishes.
That doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Nope, she's stepping into another plane,
I see.
essentially teleporting.
Okay.
And
She's gonna make me do it, y'all.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
that's her turn.
You already know what I'm about to
Kaylin.
do here.
Alright. Seeing her disappear. And seeing that jackal fighting that our good friend, the fire elements, I'm gonna just fire off 2 quick Eldritch Blasts at him.
Big dude.
Yeah.
First one misses, second one hits.
9 force damage.
All right. Anything else?
No.
All right. So Kaylin fires off 2 more streaks of force energy across the room, impacting into the side of this creature with one of them. You see its flesh kind of wobble back and forth from the impact of it. Not able to resist it much, but it is still definitely standing. That being said, Fire Elemental's going to have a word with him. Move forward, encompassing him for a second. Okay.
Oh, I
And
would have
then
tried
touching him
something.
twice,
I would have tried something.
or at least trying to. First one misses, but the second one does hit, doing some damage to it. But once again, the fire not having a big ol' effect on it, as this thing is still going. Markinor.
Okay. I have a brilliant idea.
Okay.
I'm going to kind of lower the shield and warhammer, and I'm going to shout, "Show yourself!" and cast command.
Knew I was going to need to know a ruling for this 1 second.
Or appear.
Don't think that works. Says you have to be able to see it.
Does it?
First line, you speak a word, one word command to a creature you can see within range.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's what's gonna have to happen because you can't see it in the first place.
Okay,
I
well.
don't have to make a roll on that.
Yeah. So that's something then, I guess. Okay. Then instead, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this then.
Okay.
And where's that? It's 15, right?
And so.
And I'm going to step right here. And the big beast is going to be hit by it.
All right. It fails.
Okay.
It's
13 radiant damage. And then for... What else I can do? I think it's going to be the end of my turn.
Alrighty. So as Pincheska disappears once again, stepping into the ethereal plane, Markinor shrugs and raises up his spirit guardians, these creatures, these angelic creatures surrounding him, spinning in a circle, and begins moving towards this large demonic creature. It's immediately buffered by these creatures, knocked over a bit from it, taking a little bit of damage, but you see this thing is just starting to look a little beat up at this point. Another wisdom save.
Okay, so another 16.
It's going to turn around and immediately charge at you, attacking 3 times.
Okay.
15, 12, and 14 all going to miss.
Yeah. I want to get this chick. I want to get her so bad.
Oh, sorry. 1 second. Alright, I'll let the first 2 slide, but this thing actually will get advantage on its saving throws going forward. Because
Oh,
it
what for?
has magic resistance.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So it has saving throws against magical effects. Alright, or advantage on saving throws, rather. But I didn't read that, so that's my fault, so I'm not going to punish for it. So that's its turn. It misses all its attacks on Markinor. Aelion.
I'm gonna stay right where I'm at and shoot another couple of arrows at him.
Okay. Ooh, natural 20 hits.
Yeah.
18 as well.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
20, 31.
All right. Still standing. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. So as Aelion takes off, he's able to catch this thing right in the side of its neck with his first arrow, doing a good chunk of damage to it. You still see your arrows aren't quite penetrating as deep as you would like with your shots, but you're able to do a good, considerable amount of damage. It's starting to look pretty bloodied from all this attacking. Berwyn.
Okay. I'm going to do something rather different. I'm going to move right over here and just hold my action in case our friend reappears and decides to let loose some of his buddy.
Okay. So attack her if she's in range of you.
Yes. And if I
Okay.
can't attack her, then attack the fiend that she lets out.
Okay. Alrighty, so Berwyn, moving over in a preparatory manner, is able to clearly see as Pincheska.
Of course she does.
Mhm.
The only one I care about is the one that goes the opposite way of me.
reappears and also scuffs out the edge of this circle.
I can't reach her.
Negative.
That's okay.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna delete the sword because that's gone.
All right, there's that there. Trying to keep track of everything. All right. Yeah, so she does that. She's starting to look a little beat up from your perspective here, but you're unable to attack her. As she scratches out, you see this large winged creature. Looks very familiar from the one that you saw fighting in the pit with the commoners. However, it can't quite move yet.
But is the barrier down around it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to touch it twice.
Okay.
Yeah. 10.
Either of those hit.
13 and 10 both miss.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
So
I know
we'll
what
say
I'm gonna
that
do.
as the barrier's lowering down, unfortunately, you just reached it
Oh,
too
that's not
fast,
what I
and you catch the remnants of the barrier, unable to get a full reach through it as you try to reach this creature. And your attacks both miss.
Okay.
I just flare up a little in the frustration.
All right. Kaylin.
All right. Noticing Francesca reappear and releasing a new baddie into this fray, I'm going to drop a fireball right on.
Okay.
Bring it.
I will
Spicy.
here, cause that should hit. Just basically almost in the middle of the circle.
So, here-ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I know if it
Alright.
hits a fire elemental, it won't do anything.
Probably not going to do a whole lot. All right, so all three creatures in that area will have to make saving throws.
Do I really need to?
I mean, you're not immune, I don't think. are
But
you?
I am.
Yes.
The fire.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, never mind. Doesn't matter. So those two will make them. 13, I think, is not going to do it.
Nope.
And she's going to save as well. 22 on hers.
So she takes half damage, so 6.
Uh, 16. Okay. And he takes full damage.
I'm
Full
gonna
33.
like go for it. I don't care.
Oh, I closed his character sheet. Shit.
And he's dead.
Character's dead.
That means he's dead.
Ooh, this guy. All right, so as you launch out this fireball, you see, unlike the other fiend in the room, this one's skin is completely encompassed by this fire. Its skin begins to boil and burn from it. Obviously not resistant to this fire damage. And it takes a big chunk of it. Anything else?
That would be it for me.
All right, so these creatures are all enveloped by fire. You see the fireball kind of glancing off the other circle here containing all these amorphous-looking, odd, very disgusting-looking creatures. Do I have a... Ooh, I do. Ha. Yeah, you can see how disgusting they look.
You.
That is
Yeah.
disgusting.
That is pretty
Yeah.
disgusting.
They're just sitting there kind of boiling over each other, barely fitting inside this circle, but unharmed completely by that fireball.
Yuck.
The fire elemental is going to move on down, trying to damage this guy again. Determined to take him out, but he is not taking a whole lot from the fire. Let's see if he's able to hit him this time. Touch. Miss and hit. That one's going to hit this time, though.
Yeah.
Doing a little chunk of damage there. The fire's still not quite able to do a whole lot to it, but it's definitely looking beat up now. Won't take much for it to be done. This guy is going to... Yeah. This thing's going to let out a screech. I need a con save from you, Berwin.
Okay.
Oh, and you fail. All right.
Ouch.
Let's see what she does. 16. She's going to succeed. All right, so as this thing wails into the air, all of your ears are pierced by the sound, but Berwin especially, you're affected by it heavily as it stuns you until your next turn. Or until its next turn, rather. You can't do anything. Alrighty. I think that's all I can do. Yeah. Alright, Markinor.
Okay, so I'm going to leave the range of this guy so he'll get an attack of opportunity.
Okay. He's gonna hit you with his bite. He's gonna try to bite you as you walk
Okay.
away.
Yep, that hits.
24. Alright, take 12.
Okay. 65. Okay. And
She
Spirit
fails.
Guardians on her
Mhm.
takes 14 radiant.
Mhm.
And then, kind of smiling, I'm going to say, don't worry, I said I would be right back. So I'm going to raise the Warhammer. 17 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. Dealing damage there. 6 bludgeoning. And I'm going to use something I haven't used in a while because I forgot that it was missing off of my list here. I'm going to use War Priest, and for my bonus, hit it again.
Okay.
Or try to. Nope, I'm going to crit fail.
Ooh.
Actually, I'm going to... Wait. Yeah, I'm going to use my last Channel Divinity and do a Guided Strike. So plus 10 to that. So it would be 16.
Okay. Alright, hits.
The hit? Okay. And as it hits, I'm going to use Divine Smite to hit her on the second one.
Okay.
So here's this.
Uh-huh.
And then Divine Smite at second level for an additional 13.
Okay.
And the big guy, the big bird guy, has to save too.
Save, yep.
So let's see, what was that? 14 if he fails.
Okay.
So yeah. And I kind of wish I could retcon that because I had a better idea. No, I don't have a better idea. Nope, that's good. That's what I want to do.
Alright.
That's my turn.
Alright, so
All
you
the damage.
unleash on Pincheska, very upset with her. But you're able to do a good chunk of damage, but she is still standing, though. She is looking super beat up now. Her form bloodied and beaten from all these attacks, as well as the Guardian slamming into her. She's still standing somehow. This guy still going toe-to-toe with the Fire Elemental. Bite. 2 claws. Claws will hit, doing a little bit of damage to it.
Do all the damage.
Fire Elemental's still pretty beefy, not really caring too much. Alright, Aelion.
Gonna kind of sneak up behind her, pull out my swords, and give her a couple good ones.
Both hit? Oh yeah. And as you do so, you stab this succubus once down low as she kind of cringes over in pain. You quickly pull the rapier out and stab it again right into her heart, and she shrieks in pain and then falls to the ground in a heap.
Well, I feel better now.
That's all I'm gonna do right now.
Okay. Berwin.
I just writhe in pain because I can't hear.
Oh yeah, you're stunned still.
Mm-hmm.
She's dead. Kaylin.
Well, seeing her dead finally. Gonna fire off 2 more Eldritch Blast at the one fighting the Fire Elemental.
Okay. It's super beat up. Both those hit. And with those 2 shots, you leave 2 giant holes in its side. It kind of reaches around as some of its entrails begin to kind of fall out of these openings in its thick skin, and it writhes in pain, screaming out loud in this guttural tongue, and then falls to the ground, unmoving.
Ugh.
Anything else?
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
step over to here.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, Mr. Fire Elemental sees that his target's down. Gonna continue assisting the group. Moving all the way easily down here next to y'all. He's gonna move around this pillar. Get up next to this thing. Do some damage to it by encompassing inside of it. And then it's gonna touch it twice. Hit. Oh god. Okay, yeah. 14 plus another 15. Yeah. So with that, I get to narrate my own NPC's death.
Yay!
Fire Elemental moves back behind this winged creature as it's getting attacked by everything else. You see it just move up behind it, and with this big opened arms, it just wraps it in a hug. But as it does so, its entire form shifts from being in humanoid nature and becomes just this giant bonfire as it encompasses and covers the creature entirely. You see it vanish inside this wall of flame, rising almost up to the ceiling. And as the flames begin to dissipate, this fire elemental returning down to its humanoid form, you see that this winged creature, its wings are completely gone at this point, just burned away. Its body just a charred husk. And it's obviously super, mega, ultra dead.
Killed something, Havoc.
Set it.
Yay! I finally killed
You
something.
killed something. Oh, that's the
Fire.
second time in this campaign.
Second time, yeah. Do I hear 3?
No.
Alright,
Yeah, if
so-
we release these other guys.
Yeah, maybe.
So yeah, you see still one circle that hasn't been broken. Francesca unable to get to the last one before she was smited.
Smited.
Smote.
She was smoted with heavenly fury by Markinor. You see all these creatures, once again, not really paying a whole lot of attention to y'all. They just seem to be kind of rummaging up amongst themselves, rolling over each other in a disgusting mess. But other than that, everything hostile in the room is now dead.
I feel like if Markinor smoked a pipe, he would like immediately pull it out and just like that's
Look
so
over
much
the
better.
corpse of Francesca and be like, well, was it good for you?
I would light his pipe for him.
Mm-hmm.
Make a sleight of hand check.
I do want to release all these guys though.
Okay, well, we're not going to do another set of battle. These guys are super fun, but I don't want to roll another one. 'Cause they're all going to die. Because they literally have 9 HP and claw attacks that might do
Yay.
5 damage. So,
Oh well,
yeah.
I'll release them and then I'll just stand there and they can all die to the spirit guardians.
Yeah, I mean,
Just walk right into it.
that's them making a bunch of attacks, missing all of you. And
Yeah.
So, but and 21.
21 would hit. 21 would hit me.
Yeah, it
16
hits
would
you.
hit.
Yeah, sure. They all attack you as you let them out. So, wait, how many are there? Let's see.
Well, but wait, roll Spirit Guardians first.
8, 9, 10.
That's true.
Alright.
Yeah,
Okay, let me
let's
roll
see.
10 attacks and then I'll roll 10 saves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So
Yeah.
only
Only
one's
one
gonna
of
hit
them
you.
hits for 3.
Wisdom saves. Let's see. 10, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Fail.
5.
Nope. 16. Fail. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
2 saves.
3 of them save. 16 saves.
16
Oh
saves.
yeah, sorry,
So
there's
it's
a
dimensions.
15. I thought it's a 15.
All right, the one that rolled a 21 is the one that's one of the ones that saves, so it's going to attack you and hit you for 3 whole damage.
A whole 3.
And then the rest of the party comes in and mops up the rest of them.
Nah, I would just stand back and watch this happen.
Mark and Orch just sitting there with glee, swinging his warhammer around, letting the guardians sit there. Yeah, they're not going to survive more than one turn. So,
While that's happening,
That was
Caleb
highly
walks
entertaining.
down to the door.
fuck that. I'm not marking all of them. Yeah, they're all dead. I can't mark. I wish I could mass mark. Like, that would make
Wish
my
there
life
was
I
a
know,
shortcut.
like you just select all of them and then be able to,
just bring
yeah.
everything and then send them all.
hmm
So instead, I'm just gonna do this. Boop, they're gone.
They're gone.
All right.
Is there anything on the body of Pancheska?
There is actually.
Cool.
I will not search.
Okay.
Yeah, please
sure.
don't.
Sure.
Please don't.
All right. So, Markinor, as you are looking, you see that Pancheska was covered in all of these very expensive-looking adornments.
Cool.
You see that. What the fuck is that? It's like googling a picture. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh, okay. So you see this like kind of necklace thing that goes down into the deep neckline of her blouse that she was wearing. It's made out of gold and set with yellow topaz.
Full murder
You see
hobo.
she has matching earrings to that. On her finger, you see a ruby ring. Underneath the gorget, you see a jade necklace, and you see on the other hand 2 matching jade rings, all of which look fairly expensive. And if you're like me and don't know what a gorget is, that'll give you some images.
Okay. I put that in my list here, guys. So, since I'm generally the one
Oh,
that holds on to
interesting.
everything.
Yeah, something I'd expect on like a
Piece of armor or something.
yeah, kind of armor, or more intricately like a Egyptian adornment or something, I guess. All right, so as you all clear this room, Kaylin moving down to check the doors, having a sense that maybe these lead to an area you've been to before, we're going to go ahead and take a 5-minute break.
Yay!
Sounds good.
All right.
So I can rest for a minute, because holy shit.
That was fun.
Okay. So
Glad
5
you
minute
enjoyed
break.
it. All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, 5-minute break. When we come back,
Okay.
we'll continue and hopefully get a little further in this dungeon, so that we can try to finish this up. I do know that we need to go and break that rune to the south of where we're at, though, because that gate, because we need to start breaking a bunch of them. So, back in 5. Don't go anywhere. Hope to see you when we get back. All right. So while we have a couple minutes here, as we wait for everybody to get back, let's do a quick thing here. Go over the sessions we have coming up. So this coming week, Tyranny of Dragons is on Tuesday. Wednesday is Amongst the Giants. Thursday is Fates Game Night with Rise of the Tomb Raider. Our D&D replay every week on Friday, and then Saturday is Civil War Empire, our Alliance, I'm sorry. A lot of games this week. We hope you'll tune in for them. It should be a lot of fun for us to be able to bring them to you. If you don't already do so, highly encourage you, give us a follow here, and give us a follow over on our Twitter account as well. We post everything, all of our schedules, announcements of when we are going live, just various things here and there as well. Feel free to go over and follow there. As always, we're very thankful for the followers and subscribers and stuff that we have here. Hope to continue to let that grow over time. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting this week. We got a lot of fun games coming up, especially with Amongst the Giants. They're getting ready to go on a bit of an adventure, so hope you'll tune in for that. And our Alliance group, especially on Saturday, that's going to be fun because they are doing some planar travel, so get ready for that as well. Let's drop back to our away screen for just a couple minutes, or just 30 seconds. So we're not even going to do that. We're just going to wait for everybody to get back, and then we're going to drop it into the live game. As always, you guys are welcome to chat and ask questions and anything that you would like while you are here. Be happy to answer them for you. Yeah, that's pretty much
Fire
it.
elemental
So,
stuff is absolutely ridiculous.
Thank you, as always,
bit
for being
silly.
here. And we're going to go ahead and just
Those
get
are
right
fun.
back into it.
So it's cool.
All right.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Whenever you guys are ready,
Let's do this.
do
Let's
it.
do it.
Do it.
Alrighty. Stretching my back, so I just had to run around my house real quick.
Sounds fun.
So that room was like a cleric's wet dream right there.
It really was.
It really was.
Undead
And that was literally the first time I've got to actually use Turn Undead in a very useful manner. I was like, oh, I love it. I've been like waiting this entire campaign. We're 29 freaking sessions in, and I finally get to do it.
Finally get a chance to use what clerics do best. Yeah, that room was interesting because it's something your character's going to kind of examine as you're moving around. You're able to tell as you're looking at these circles. You see that they're all circles of summoning with kind of barrier spells written into them as well. You're able to definitely tell that this was the room they used to summon all of these fiends into existence here to use them as they saw fit. These are all ones that they hadn't quite tested yet or moved off or whatever.
So kind of knowing where we're at, I'm gonna look down at Kaylin and just kind of mention, do you think that leads us back where we ran into Taralvar last time?
Think so. And I know there's a black gate down there.
And as she says that, Markinor's gonna kind of nod and say, actually, I believe there's a couple along the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, would like to get everybody organized and moving in that direction.
Yeah, and in this room you do see clearly to the south a set of double doors. Off to the east, you're able to see a pathway leading off, but it seems to be blocked by a white gate.
White gate. Did anybody check the bodies of like the undead? Was there anything worthwhile on them?
There was not. We'll say you searched them. There was nothing really on those things except for Pincheska.
Yeah, there was the one with armor. Fuck that.
Yeah, but that's just their form or function over anything else they have on.
Yeah, no, it's good armor, just armor.
Yeah, but it's just armor.
Okay. So yeah.
Did I ever... Do I have a thing for these guys? I do. Did I ever show y'all this?
The Dread Warrior's so badass.
It's a badass looking dude.
Mm-hmm.
Armor's
That's
like
really
ingrained
cool.
into its skin and stuff. Like, ugh, beefy.
I like how if you look at the face of it, it has a sword that goes through its neck and out its mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't care.
Super undead. Super does not care about mortal wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Super good. All right. So yeah, let's do that. Let's continue south and start knocking out a few more of these runes, or the gates. The music audio comes through so clear.
Yeah, it's nice using it. If the freaking music player wasn't so limited, I would use it more often.
Well, I think it really wouldn't make that much of a difference for me. Honest, I mean, can you upload anything to it?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
You can if you go through SoundCloud.
Oh,
Upload stuff
I
up
think
that way.
that's what the fourth tab.
interesting.
I could be wrong.
I'd be interested to see if you could upload like, Skyrim music, that kind of stuff in there, and then see if it works in there. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's using Fanburst, whatever Fanburst is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It may not be SoundCloud, but I think it's something
Something
similar.
like that.
Yeah, it's
Alright.
very similar from what I'm looking at. So, all right. So you all know that heading to the south is probably going to lead you to areas that you've been to before.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
But we want to head there because we want to start taking out the gates.
okay. So as you move into this next area, you investigating the doors just opening them. What are you doing?
Always investigating.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. You're able to check these doors. You're able to see that. Yeah, they're unlocked. No traps are present.
Couldn't remember from the last time I think we investigated them and didn't go through them.
Yeah, we
From the other side.
ended up going west, and then ran into Tarlvar, and then that whole ordeal.
Yeah.
Before that, y'all ran into something else, though.
Well, we did the stupid trap.
Oh, the stupid gas trap over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They're going to open the doors.
Okay. You're able to clearly see into the chamber beyond. You remember still activated, or still, that's been activated before, a trap, or a pitfall trap, rather, in the middle of this room. You remember this chamber being a cross section. And as you move into the room, you're able to look off to the west and see that the doors are still open. The one off to your east is closed after your party unfortunately went into that darkness trap, but closed the doors shortly thereafter, disabling it. But you do see off to the west, as you're kind of peeking through the door, you remember that there were some Dread Warriors dead in Tarovar's chamber, though you do not see their bodies now.
Yeah.
Markinor, roll me a d20.
D20?
Mhm.
Okay.
Roll me a d4.
I didn't step into the trap. I see the trap in front of me. 3 of something. What did I just bring? What fresh hell did I bring onto us here?
What the hell are you doing? You hear movement coming from Tarovar's chambers, and you see a white beginning to shuffle its way out of the room.
Be gone.
It hasn't noticed you yet.
Okay. Quickly sneaking. Quickly sneaking.
Yeah.
Okay, if nobody else is going to, I'm going to quickly sneak. Trying to get by.
Can I
we're
just
not
go give it a
noticed.
hug?
Yeah, just give it a hug. It's fine. Stealth roll. This will go well, I'm sure. Hey, not terrible. Good luck getting the fire elementals to be quiet and sneak by.
I was gonna send the fire elementals to kill it.
Hey, that's a good idea. Well, we go do other things.
So I got 3. I'll sneak by. What are you doing, Erwin?
I just kind of put my hands up like, what am I doing?
I'm gonna point in that direction over here, and then kind of raise a finger to my lips to kind of indicate that there's something there, and it can probably hear you.
Okay. I'd like to try and stealth across.
Okay.
Like to get real small.
Okay. So, Berwin and anybody that happened to be looking around the corner, you see this one lone white that seemed to have been investigating this room and heading back out of it, stops at the doorway and just stares as 3 people walk by. It sees all 3 of you, and it started to draw a sword, and then it sees 2 giant balls of fire following behind this group of 3, and it slowly puts its sword back in its sheath and stands there and watches.
Awesome.
Perfect.
It goes back into the room. It has no interest in any of that shit.
Okay. So we have a gate. So we know how to overload these gates, right?
Yes, Kaylin especially knows, and she kind of explained the process to you. You just know you need to use the glyph key to change its location and kind of stop it in the middle of changing one of the locations.
Kind of force it to close on itself, yeah. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to do that with this gate here.
Okay, so much the same as what happened before. I should do something to indicate which ones y'all have done.
Just take a... Here, I'll do it. I'm just going to draw a square. And actually, no.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna color in a square.
Okay, that's fine.
Gonna write in the square. Super, super sleepy gas. Don't go here.
Yes. So that's blocked off.
Okay, so yeah, y'all, you're able to go through it. Much like the other one, the smoke kind of swirls around erratically as it does, so dissipating and then growing over and over again as Markinor uses the magic from the glyph key to disable this black gate. And you see as it steadies, you see every once in a while kind of black Icarus lightning jumping around inside of this portal. But otherwise, it appears to be how it is normally. But you're able to clearly see that it is disabled.
Neat. Start moving over here. There was one close by here too, right? Off to the west, I think. I forget because I remember that the fog of war was broken and we lost part of everything that was to the west of here. So
you remember not seeing one in the next chamber. The next chamber you remember to be a prison of some sort with a bunch of demons trapped inside of it. But down to the southwest of your current position, in the room with the teleportation traps within it, you remember at the very far south of it was another black gate.
Okay. Yeah. So we can head that direction as well.
Okay. Just for expediency's sake.
Oh, are there
I need...
still fiends in this next room?
I don't know. You haven't gone in there yet. Let me think. Berwin, roll me a d20.
A D20?
I'll open the gate for us.
Okay. You make your way into the next room. You find all the cages empty, however, and the bodies of the Thayans that you had fought here also gone. Think that maybe something let them out or sent them somewhere else. But you don't see anything else here.
Okay. So yeah, we'll continue on then.
Aelion, roll me a d20. Okay. Once again, expediency's sake, y'all remember how the trap works, so you'll be able to go through it. No problem. As you make your way into this room, you still see the 4 pits surrounding the doorways to this entrance. You do see that across the room, the one leading back to where you saw the specter, the doorway is closed now, but otherwise everything seems to be the same as what you left it before. And you'll be able to move freely through that room.
Okay. And I'm gonna point to the room as I go passing by, as like a reminder that we need to come back and check that out.
Yeah, and you do remember there was a Northway passage that y'all never explored here.
And then remembering where all of the bad spots were, I'm going to walk around it and start making my way south.
Okay. Roll me... Kaylin. Roll me a d20.
Kaylin.
Okay. As you make your way back through this large chamber with the towering pillars within it, you do see the large body, or the remains of this body, off to Markenor direct east right now, of where you slayed this large 4-armed creature. It being mostly just black ichor on the ground at this point. But you're able to make it through, not seeing or hearing anything else in this room.
Okay.
And down to the south, you see another black gate.
And performing the same steps here, trying to close it on itself.
Okay. And you're able to do so, disabling the gate, but leaving it, appearance-wise, to anybody that takes a cursory glance at it, that it is still active.
Alright, so that's 3. Kind of look over at Kaylin and say, do you know how many we're supposed to close?
Don't think I got that information, did I?
Mm-mm.
No, but we killed the person who knew.
Mm-hmm. She didn't need to live anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, so we continue on.
She did say that if we did enough of them, it would let us go to that vault, so I'm assuming if we get to that point when we went into one, we'd be able to see the vault as a destination we could go to, perhaps.
I want to listen in on the other side of this door. Do I still hear the crazy ghost wizard guy here?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. 15.
As you're listening to the door very carefully, you kind of shush everybody, and you see the fire elementals kind of shrink down so that their natural roaring sound is a little bit lesser. And you listen, you do hear kind of crazed muttering come from their side. Yeah, maybe they did do it. It's been a while, I don't know, but curse them for what they did to me. Curse them for what they did to me.
I'm gonna let everybody know what I just heard and say what we did to him.
Now, you'll remember that
We didn't. It wasn't us. Remember, Markinor.
yes.
It was
Right.
our lovely lich friends and the rest of the Thanes that
Mhm.
made him what he is.
Right. Okay. So let's.
We've
I'm trying to
never explored
remember.
the north.
Yeah, we haven't been north. I'm trying to remember. To the west was the Kraken pool, right?
Yeah, through a secret
Yeah.
chamber.
Mm-hmm. Was there a black gate there? I think there
I think it was a room
was.
before that.
I kind of remember there being one there.
Did we random transfer there at some point?
Oh, well, no. When we left from the pit and we headed south initially, the very first
put us
room
straight in the
with the
Kraken
lesser,
room.
yeah, with that lesser Kraken that we fought.
You
And then-
remember that there was one present in the room with the Kraken.
Okay. Yeah. So then, yeah, we'll.
Should head back that way then.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly open the door and immediately present myself to the crazed guy. I can't remember his name for some reason.
Sorlan.
Sorlan.
There we go. Stupid dynamic lighting. Hate that I have to zoom in constantly.
Mhm.
All right, so as you make your way into this room, you see this ghost doing much like it was before, kind of pacing back and forth, just kind of frantic look in its eyes. And as you walk into the room and kind of present yourself, you see it whip its head quickly around, rage encompassing its face as it sees you, and then it takes a moment and recognition crosses his eyes. And he says, "Oh, so you're alive still, I see."
Yes, so far though we have had a bit of trouble to this point.
A bit of trouble? What do you mean?
Well, it was almost like you amongst the non-living.
And with that, you kind of see him tilt his head and he says, "Ah, that would have been unfortunate. But still alive, I see. Were you able to take out many of the Thayans?"
Yes, so far we've been able to take out quite a few, but we're now to the point where we're just trying to get an end to this and get out of here as quickly as we can.
With that, you see Sorlin taking a bit of a relaxed stance as you're saying that, leaning back a bit. You still see his eyes are kind of wide and a bit wild, even as he talks to you a bit more calmly. He says, "Yes, there were a few of these Thayans that came through here, and unfortunately they were too powerful for me to attack them, but they did come through and they seemed to be looking for someone. I think it was you."
And how long ago was this?
With that, he seems to be thinking. He says, "I'm not sure. Time is very odd for me now. It could have been minutes, could have been hours, could have been days. I'm not sure. It wasn't long ago, though."
Well, then we'll be on alert when we pass through, but we'll need to continue on. Go back kind of the way we came through. What can you tell me of the room to the north here? And I kind of point off in the direction of whatever's past this gate over here.
With that, he thinks for a moment and says, "I didn't get to explore much of that area, but I did sense..." He thinks for a moment. It's hard to describe, really. It was like there was something on the other side causing elemental energy to radiate against it. I tried to go explore it, but the passage to the south seemed more inviting, with a black portal that would have allowed me to, or a black gate rather, to allow me to exit the area, but it was very odd and it seemed very powerful.
Kind of taking note of this, I thank Sorlon for his information, and then kind of look back to the others, make sure we're ready to go. And I look back at Sorlon and I'm like, no, I don't want you to be startled, but there are going to be a couple of elementals that will come through this chamber. Do not worry, they are not going to harm you.
At that, he just begins laughing. Harm me? I'm far gone from being harmed. I'm a ghost. They won't alarm me any.
Very well. Kind of motion back to everybody and start making my way over towards the white gate over here.
Berwyn, as you're moving in there, you see the other fire elemental was following you. As it began to follow you through the door, it stopped, and you saw its attention begin to be drawn towards the north. And it seems to be fixated on that.
Oh no. Oh no.
What is up there? What? Hello? What's got your attention up there?
As you turn to it and speak to it in Ignan, it's for a few moments, it's still very fixated towards that way. And then it looks back to you, and you, once again, as it speaks, not really using words, it's more sounds.
Communicating.
Like I said, right.
Mm-hmm.
You get the sense of longing as it just says one word: home.
Ah.
Whatever it is,
Okay.
it could be good.
I turn around. Get Alion's attention?
Yes.
You right.
And then I point towards our elemental friend, and then point towards the northern passage, and I like
Just kind of yell towards Marknor. Hey, I already think our friend has other ideas.
kind of make a little house shape out of my fire hands.
Shut up, puppet. Eh?
I have more joints because I'm fire.
I'm not very good at this game.
Shiraz, then. Okay. Yeah, I'm just kind of motion. All right, well, let's go.
There's a gate this way.
Do we have a key for that gate?
Don't know. We have 2 different gate keys.
Now, you know you have 2K. I mean, everything leading up to this point, as long as you stay within the area, you don't know if this leads to another area, but you figure if you were able to go up to it, you'll know for sure. But pretty much everything in the same area, so this being the Abyssal Prisons, your key will unlock any white
Okay.
gate.
So yeah, I'll attempt to open the gate here.
Yeah, and as you... Huh, interesting. Oh, that's why. Interesting. I did that. I did do that. Okay. I moved, so previously on Dragon Ball Z, when y'all were moving through this area, at some point I accidentally moved y'all's tokens to the dynamic mining layer, so I was very alarmed to see duplicate tokens sitting here in another area. Why?
We meet ourselves.
I was like, and y'all did
Just
the same.
like out of Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Adventure.
All right, so real quick housekeeping thing. So I need. Who inquired about the Dread Warrior earlier? If he had anything on him.
I inquired if anything around the building or in the chamber had anything on them.
Roll me a 2d4.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Six.
So you actually found that the battle axe that he was wielding seemed to be magical in nature.
Okay. Do we know in what form it's magical?
It seemed to be very finely made. You assumed it was probably similar to some of your weapons, being +1 weapons.
Okay. So I'll throw that in my bag here. You said a battle axe +1?
Yes. So yeah, there's actually supposed to be treasure on some of these guys, and I did not notice. So, we're gonna do a little quick thing real quick before y'all go into this next round.
Okay.
I searched everybody else.
Yeah. So up to this point, y'all haven't found much on anything that y'all have crossed, right? I don't think I've been given.
Yeah,
much.
no, not much of anything. Just on Taro Bar.
All right.
And what's her
So-
name?
And all of the gems and stuff, yeah, from
From Francesca.
And
Francesca.
Okay. So let's see. All right. So you found up to this point. Okay, where was it at? I lost it. There it is.
Yay.
+4 more.
A lot of stuff. Oh.
Calculator.
Yay. Look at all those 10s and 8s and 9s.
145 gold pieces that you found on the Thayan warriors that you've caught up or fought up to this point. On 2 of the spellcasters, the 2 spellcasters that you fought besides Taruvar.
You said 135?
145.
Okay.
I need Markinor rolled for the last one, right? I need Aelion and Berwyn to roll me 1d4 minus 2. Okay. So,
Got both numbers.
five and 6. Okay, 6, 5, and 6. All right, so 1d6. Okay. So on those spellcasters, you found some potions on them. You found 1 potion of healing, 1 potion of superior healing, and 2 potions of healing, 1 superior healing. And also, you found. Let's see. I'm gonna do this one. Okay, so only 1, 2 rather. Yeah, 2. So much rolling. Okay, so that went a 4. Alright. So you found 2 scrolls on these casters as well. You found 1 scroll of dark vision and 1 scroll of invisibility. Oh. I think that makes us even now.
Okay. I'm gonna copy and paste that into my list here.
Okay. Alright. I apologize for not having that already up, but it is in the bottom of the overworld thing out of the other 12 sheets that I have to keep track of. So, alright, so, yeah, so remembering you have all this loot that you found from earlier, you make your way up. Markinor, you're able to clearly see that this is another white gate that you're able to open. And doing so, you're able to clear the path. It's this white gate shimmers, the white mist and everything going away and opening the path for you.
Okay. So much stuff in the bag of holding.
Mm-hmm. Scroll back up. As you're all moving forward, everybody give me perception checks.
Okay.
Berwin, as you're beginning to move into the hallway, you're able to clearly see what appears to be the seams of another pit trap.
Berwin saves the day.
I mean, y'all don't know it's there technically? I can't tell y'all.
But you can move forward and trigger it or whatever if you wanted to.
Or wave and tell us to move.
Fling some fire
To
from
a
his
side.
body, landing on top of it.
Just point to y'all, point to the right side, thumbs up. There, done.
Okay.
thinking
So
about
yeah,
this
holding
wall.
the gate open, letting everybody pass.
Step on it, shrink down.
You all clearly see the fire elemental buddy of yours very anxiously moving, shrinking its body down to move forward up next to Berwin, moving towards this door somewhat anxiously. Aelion, as you get close to this door, you hear just this kind of tumultuous roar, a dull roar coming from the other side of this door.
Can't tell everybody. That could be anything.
Can you vote?
Could be a boat.
Is it a boat? Alright, what do you want to do?
Can I check out the door itself?
Sure. It's an investigation check. Okay. You check the door. Once again, you hear this dull roar, somewhat loud, coming from the other side of the door. As you listen to it, you can't quite pick out, but you do hear sounds kind of similar to what the fire elementals give off. And then you hear the sound of what sounds like lightning lashing onto the ground and impacting. You hear kind of sizzling coming from the other side of the door. And then after you listen to it for a few moments later, or a few more moments more rather, it almost sounds like wind blowing, almost like an Arctic breeze or something from the other side of the door. Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Indeed. Can I stealthily crack open the door?
Sure, give me a stealth check.
Is my no D&D Beyond is not
Okay.
detected.
So as Aelion begins opening the set of double doors, makes a little bit of noise, but not a whole lot. But as soon as the doors cracked open, you all see this hall set before you. The noise now very audible for everyone to hear. You see this enormous hall is set with rows of pillars carved in the shapes of elemental and demonic creatures. A great rift has been torn in the center of the stone floor. Through it, a stream of chaotic energy blasts upward, flowing into a similar rift in the vaulted ceiling, 40 feet above. Tendrils split off from the pulsing column of energy, lashing out to strike the nearest pillars. As you start to kind of peek around the corner in the southwest of the room, you see another black gate.
What is the other elemental doing right now?
It's chilling. It looks, as you see it, it starts to move up next to Aelion, looking into this room. You see it looking, and as you see like lightning lash out and strike one of the pillars, it looks at it and kind of tilts its head. And then you see fire lash out from the this energy rising to the ceiling, hitting another pillar. You see it kind of raising its arms, and it says again that only Merwin can understand, but it begins to chant in this longing voice, "Home, home, home."
I'd like to communicate to it how we could help it get home.
With that, it just turns around and looks at you and seems to say, give off this feeling of, I just need to go. I need to go.
Then go. Then
I
go,
would
little buddy.
like to thank him for helping us,
Mhm.
and then tell him, go home, be free.
With that, you see the elemental kind of bowing its head, taking it as a release for its debt to you, and moves forward into the room. As soon as it steps through the doorway, it starts to grow in size back to its full form, burning brightly in the room. You see a few more elemental discharges. You see some lightning hit one of the pillars. You see acid reeking out and sloshing over the pillars, kind of burning into it, and you see the runes glowing, and the acid flows harmlessly off the side of it. You see another set of fire arcing out, and it immediately rushes forward straight into the fire. You see its form grow even larger as it does so, and then it disappears, mixing itself with the fire and rising to the ceiling and vanishes from sight.
Kind of watching all of this and seeing how just insane this thing is, I just kind of look around and I'm like, I don't know that I want to go in that room.
Everybody give me Arcana checks.
Okay.
You all know a little bit about magic.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Not much.
Not today.
Hey, Berwin, okay. Goddamn, talk to y'all. Berwin, as you're looking at this, you can clearly see, especially in your current form, that this rift is channeling elemental forces.
Okay.
You recognize these forces as extraplanar in their appearance and what they're doing. It seems like your fire elemental buddy just went back to the plane of fire.
Good. Happy for him.
What do y'all want to do?
Probably take care of this gate if we can.
Yeah, we should take care of the gate.
You know, this
I
thing.
kind of sit down. I don't want to go in.
This thing does not make me very comfortable. Maybe it's all the bright colors.
It's like this whole place has just been devoid of color, and all of a sudden, holy shit, a rainbow!
Suddenly a rainbow, and I'm like, maybe not.
That's just how crazy. I mean, like, you got to realize this thing is just, it's a rift coming out, obviously from other planes, just lashing out all this energy around the room, sending off fire and acid and lightning and cold. You see some frost hitting some of the pillars and such. It definitely looks a little dangerous. But you do see clearly that the fire elemental had to move all the way into the rift before it was sucked upwards.
Well, not knowing how many of these stupid gates we deal with, just gonna walk in the room.
Okay.
And try and head to the gate
All right.
and shut it down if possible.
All right. So, kind of using turn order here. You're going to get to there.
Okay.
And unless you, I mean, you could dash if you want to. You'll have to use an action to disable the gate. Up to you. If you want to
No,
go
I
all the
can-
way to it or not.
Yeah, I still want to get all the way to it.
Okay.
Wait.
All right. So as you quote unquote end your turn there, some of this energy just reeking around this room slashes out towards you.
Uh-oh.
And you take hey, it's fire damage. So yeah, some flames lash out towards you, kind of singeing into your skin, dealing 2 fire damage to you.
Ooh, boy, 1 fire damage. Oh,
It's like you don't even really notice it.
yeah. Nope.
Okay. It's your turn again.
I want to deactivate the gate.
All right. Same motion, same kind of arcane enchantment. You're able to go through and mark the gate and disable it, bringing your total up to 4 now.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4. Okay. You gonna move any?
Move back towards the door once I finish that. So.
All right. So you'll get almost out of the room, but not quite. As this time it is lightning damage that lashes out and strikes you in the back for 7 damage.
La 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 la.
Not too concerned about it.
Yes.
Nope.
I want nothing to do with this. I'm just gonna back away and open the gate for everybody to pass through.
All right, so you see Kaylin walking into the room, getting struck by fire and lightning as she does so,
Nope,
knowing
I'm
this
good.
kind of dangerous, not the safest place to roam around inside of it. So you decided to keep it up to business. She runs in quickly, disabling this gate, clearly knowing that it has done so, and then you're all able to exit this room. Expediency wise, you're gonna go back into Sorland's chamber and then head out back towards Kraken.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. If y'all could group up for me, I would appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, there we go. Damn it, George. All right, so I've got to move y'all again. So give me 1 second while everything loads. It's a fun little room. Scroll, 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 scroll. Okay.
So
You
map
make your
is
way
so
back
big.
through Sorland's chamber. Talking to him briefly.
Hey, I see a
telling
gate
him,
over
"Oh,
here."
Hey, we found that room. It was a pathway to other planes. We lost our elemental friend, but he was a good guy. He seemed like a nice guy. So you make your way back through, heading through the secret door over to the side, the northwest of that room. Making your way through it, you find the white gate in front of you, and as you go up to it, you know that you're able to do it as your key is actually also attuned to a second place called the Predator Pools.
Predator Pools.
Yeah.
And you make your way through the gate and find yourself here.
But do I though?
Should.
I gotta find myself again? Damn.
I don't see myself anywhere.
Yeah, let's do that first.
Pitch black.
Say what?
The entire thing.
Yeah, pitch black.
Why though? Oh, because I did it again.
You put them on the wrong layer.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Doop. There you go.
Hey, there we are.
Yay.
See yourself now? It's all
Yep.
right in the world? All right,
Yep.
there you go. Okay, so you find yourself in this passage that you discovered before, knowing that it was a secret one.
Yes, your friend
Leading
is
up
now
ahead
free.
of you, you see the doorway that revealed this one is still lying open into the hallway beyond.
Okay. So then I will start making my way back over there then. The dead Kraken. As I approach, I didn't mean to step all the way in. As I approach, do I hear anything on the other side or in this chamber?
I don't know. Give me a d20 roll.
Okay. Let's do that then.
Oh, good little crack.
Okay. Yeah, you don't hear anything.
Okay.
You clearly see the body of this kind of deformed-looking kraken still floating at the top of the pool. It seems like it might have been a little too big or something for anybody to move. And you see another black gate.
And I'm going to Alakazam break the gate.
All right, another gate down. Same mystical energy going through it, able to disrupt its power and all that fun stuff. Only so many ways I can describe the same thing over and over. All right. You ventured all to the places that you've been to before. Now what are you gonna do?
Yep.
I'm just gonna stand on this. pinball trap
Well,
'cause
no,
I
we
can't
haven't. Though we don't have a way to get back there now. Because
burn. Too big to get.
the temples
We also I don't remember if we
We didn't
explored
get
all the way south here.
We didn't. We never ventured south here,
Never
but
even went up those stairs.
yeah. But we didn't get any of them within the temples, whatever those are. What, the temples
And
of
just to
extraction or
revisit
whatever?
Because
Yeah.
we didn't need to do those,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were the ones that you were going to have to go back to
Hmm.
to teleport your
Oh,
way to
right.
this vault. You couldn't disable those.
Right,
Otherwise, you'd be defeating the purpose.
Gotcha.
Those were the
Okay.
way. The Doom Vault.
Okay.
What?
What do I hear on the other side? Is there anything? Yeah.
Okay. 1 second, please. One moment, please.
What have you
It's a
done?
kraken, but bigger.
It's the full size mama.
It's the real thing.
Oh, good God.
CR18. Here we go.
I need a deck save, please, Markinor.
Deck save. What did you guys let
have
me
you-
do?
What have you done?
What did you guys let me do?
What did we let you?
And it's a deck save, so you know I'm gonna fail this. Plus a -3.
Oh yeah, fails it so hard.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, so Markinor not really paying attention, unfortunately, falls into a pit trap and sinks into the ground as he sinks 20 feet, falling down, taking
Oh good gosh.
8 bludgeoning damage and 8 piercing damage as he lands on a pit of spikes down below.
16.
I can't help
Hey.
you, buddy. I just like to shrink to one side, kind of like go up against the wall and point to the hole, and then just wave my hands above my head as if I was falling.
Okay. As this fire elemental is just shedding off this huge bright light, stepping aside, you're all able to clearly see the hole that Markinor has vanished into. Berwin, as you move to the side, you see Markinor kind of slowly getting up, kind of pulling his arm off of where he was punctured by one of these spikes down in the bottom. After a few moments, he's able to kind of jump up, and I imagine you'll probably help him a bit
Yeah.
to get him out of this 20-foot hole.
Yeah, I'll drop him a rope.
Okay. Got him. All right.
You finally got him.
Finally
I
fell
got
for one of those,
It only
and they
took
hurt.
6 sections.
The one time he doesn't take out the 10-foot pole.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Nobody was
man.
like, yeah.
2d12.
As y'all were moving towards this, I was like, all right, everybody roll for... Oh, Markinor's already there. Never mind. Man. All right, so as you all begin to make your way into this room, Markinor climbing out of this pit, you see a very large chamber beyond. You see 2 sets of stairwells leading up. Gigantic steel bolts have been driven into the stone floor of this immense area, attached to heavy chains. These trail down into the water of a vast pool
Castle
situated
Mac,
between curving northern and
you
southern
guys,
staircases.
Thank
that lead
you
up to
so
double doors.
freaking much.
2 enormous globes of blue liquid are
Seriously.
suspended in the air to the east.
Oh, why is everybody getting timed out? Oh no. Oh, spamming symbols. Silly Nightbot. Thank you, Castle Mac. So very much appreciate it, friends. That's
Yeah.
insane, honestly.
That looks like fun.
That's amazing. Thank you,
Let's
guys.
Step into the room and then try and stay along the
For everybody just now joining us,
and go up the stairs.
we are
Okay.
in the Dead of Day
Give me a
module
perception check.
for the Tales of the Yawning Portal. We are currently going around and closing some gates to try to
As you're moving
block
into this
off
room,
the power
initially you don't see or hear
of
anything, but as you begin to move
Tarulvar,
towards the stairs,
a
you see these
Thayan,
chains driven to the ground and
Lich, who is trying to come back after we have
bolts driven
defeated
into the
him
ground
once.
and the chains attached
We're
to
trying to
them
take
are moving
that out
back
and
and
get
forth,
everything taken care
across
of
the
and
water.
try to escape with our lives here. We've been in here for about 5 sessions now, 6 sessions. It's kind of rough. It's a giant dungeon crawl, though. So much to do. And
I'm just gonna
Plateau,
kinda
thank
shrink
you for the follow.
like
Very
the
much
water.
appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I see this moving.
Go back.
I haven't seen what it is yet. What's underneath the surface of the water?
No.
Nope. Very dark in this room.
Super dungeon, like it's apparently from what I understand of this dungeon is it
Alright,
was
can I
the one
keep
that they
moving
used
up
to
the
use with
stairs to the door?
Adventurers League, and they would put 4 teams inside of it, and everybody would try to solve all of
And
this
can I
together
check
instead of
the
it just
door?
being one group. So we have like a ton,
To
just
see if it is
so much
unlocked.
stuff to go over. It's a super dungeon. Yes, mega hyper super dungeon.
Give me an investigation check. Everybody else, as you begin to move into the room, you now see these chains moving. You see the chains are now angling themselves as if pointing towards the northern end of the pool, closer to you. Kaylin, as you move towards this door and kind of listen to it and checking it, you hear screams coming from the other side. It sounds like screams of pain.
Hmm.
Screams of pain
Mm-hmm.
from where Kaylin is.
Yeah, I
Kaylin
hear
heard
him.
that.
Okay. This is.
Well, I know Mark Nor would want that.
Yeah, I probably would.
And crap. And what was the door unlocked? Could I tell that?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait. Yes, it is unlocked.
Okay. This might be stupid, but it just like like 30 feet away from here. Yeah. Just in a normal tone of voice, I'd say, yeah, I can hear somebody up here. It sounds like they're in immense pain.
We can't let them stay, then we need to help them.
Yeah.
I kind of come up to the door and just kind of put my ear to it and listen in, try to get a feel. Can we get a sense for how many beings are in the room beside us, based on like voices or anything like that?
You hear one piercing scream again as you're now closer to the door. Now all 4 of you are able to hear it. You also hear and see the chains starting to point in your direction.
Ooh.
You need to move either quickly through the doors,
Oh, yeah.
or we're gonna
Yeah,
have to deal with whatever that is.
Yeah, I'm gonna motion to move inside the chamber.
All right. Give me 1 second. Come on, roll 20. Don't do this to me right now. There we go.
I'm gonna go and scold Nightbot while we're waiting here for timing out people.
Okay.
Silly Nightbot.
So flinging the doors open?
Yeah, I'm honestly more concerned about what's in the
Yeah.
pool than I am what's in the
Mhm.
other side. I don't know why.
All right. So as you open these doors, beginning to move through them, seeing these chains, a disturbing sight presents itself before you. The magical light shimmers off 2 circular pools in this chamber. A glowing glyph covers a broad area of the floor in the south. As you kind of look around very cursory glances, you see what appears to be a contact stone residing on the eastern wall. However, as you look into the middle, you see several people sitting within these pools of water that seem to be sitting inside of them. They kind of just sit there, and all of them start to turn your way as the doors are kind of slammed open. You see a large serpentine creature. It looks like a giant snake with almost the face of a man. opening its mouth wide as it does so, and you see that as it leers its head back, you see the feet of someone sliding into its mouth and into its belly.
Okay.
And it turns its gaze towards you.
Oh. Can we quickly run in the chamber and close the door?
In a second, after you roll for initiative.
No! No.
That's where the creature that just ate the person is in.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that 12.
Okay, don't know why that rolled twice, but
Oh, okay. I don't like the name of that thing at all.
Also, while we're getting set up here, again, thank you all for being here. Very much appreciate each and every one of you that...
As battle commences.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have jumped
So,
in here and
As
sitting
you all
through
enter
our
this
game.
room,
So.
seeing this person that seems to have just been swallowed whole by this large, snake-like beast, you feel that you're definitely in combat now. The group of what seem to be just normal humans, elf or two mixed in there as well, turn these kind of blank stares towards you, and the group to the north here all begin to move out of the water, holding clubs in their hands and moving in your direction.
People?
This one gets next to Kaylin and swings a club.
Wait,
21
What
to
are you
hit.
doing?
yep.
All right. This one. Moving here.
Tell him to
Here-ish.
run away.
Also going to swing at Kaylin. 12.
Protection.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, it doesn't matter anyway.
doesn't matter.
This one moves up. Not quite able to get an attack on anybody. And this one. Going to move up here, waiting for you to come into the room. The other set of them are also going to move.
Man.
Dashing to get up next to the door. All of them are going to be able to do so. You see all these people are now creating a wall, separating you from this giant snake inside the room itself. Berwin.
I think it's technically Kaylin.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Wait, why would it be Kaylin?
I rolled initiative twice, but I'll
Oh.
take the crappy one.
No.
No, it's fine.
No, it's
Ow.
right. I'm already changing.
Dang, I want to watch Berwin burn everything.
No.
Kaylin.
I mean, it's still gonna happen, unfortunately.
Well, oh yeah, I forgot to. What was that? 2 damage. Yeah, okay. Sure. Well, there's a lot of people really close to me.
Also, by the
They're
way,
attacking me.
everybody in chat, how is the music
Mhm.
audio? Were you using
You do
something
see
a
very
little different
blank look
this,
in their eyes, and they seem
for
to
this
be
session?
moving
I want to
very
make sure
woodenly.
audio sounds okay for you guys.
Yeah, I'm just gonna completely ignore them because I don't care. And fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at the snake thing.
Okay.
Good. That's what I wanted to hear.
17, 22,
Both hit.
and 18.
Okay.
Because that was like a feeble hit. It was like,
Yeah, it's
You're
like
not a
super
pro.
loud in my headset.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, not even gonna move.
Alrighty. So as you do so,
Yes, that's
this
yours.
creature, looking towards you, its long tongue kind of flicking out of its mouth to lick its lips after devouring that human whole. You hit it in the, face, upward toward its head as it kind of flares out. Oh, wait, I have a thing for this? I do. Haha. So you hit it kind of
Ooh.
band head as you do so. damaging it somewhat well. It kind of rocks backwards a bit, and it looks down towards the group here. It says, "Go, kill the intruders." And
That's
Berwin.
better. I fixed it.
Okay.
At least from my side.
I'm sorry, peoples.
All these poor innocent people about to get burned to death.
Hold on, how far can I? 30. To here. And I just kind of shrink down super small and just zip through everybody, trying to avoid touching any of them, and then whoosh, right in front of the snake.
Okay. I could
So
say
these-
you can shrink down to like less than an inch, so you won't even have to check to get through all these guys.
Perfect. And then I touch the snake.
Okay. 24 hits.
Phrasing.
9 misses. Okay.
And he catches fire too because I hit. Yes.
You did catch
Catches
fire.
fire.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. So, so Berwin in his form shrinks down to just kind of a pinprick of light, streaming through all of these commoners, moving up, and then expands rapidly as he moves up next to this very large snake creature, and is able to wrap his arms around it, burning it as he does so, doing a little bit of damage to it, but it doesn't look too upset about the damage. Aelion.
Of course, I'm like
You
last
see
in the
that
turn order.
really well.
Every
Pull
time.
out my bow.
Oh wait,
and
I'm showing the wrong thing over here.
do a quick shot.
This needs to be over here. Sorry about that.
Oh,
Plateau,
all
thank
three
you
will hit.
for the host. Very much
Yeah,
appreciate
look
it,
at that fire
friend.
elemental just providing a big old sphere of light everywhere.
It's kind of nice having all that light, huh? So let's see, 18,
Light everywhere.
26, 31 damage.
Thank you, sir. Have a, or ma'am, have a good evening.
Anything else?
And hope to see you again soon.
No, that's it.
Okay. So yeah, as you step forward, seeing all these people here, all of them moving very oddly. I think after seeing several of y'all seeing this, it looks like they are somewhat under control of something. You decide to fire off at this very menacing-looking creature, hitting all three of them. The second one hitting deeply as it sinks into the scaly skin of this creature, doing a massive amount of damage with your 3 shots. The arrows protruding out of it. You see blood beginning to leak from the wounds. It looks a little damaged now. Oh, plus 3 more. Okay. Alright. Okay. Berwin, I
Yes.
need a wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Oh, okay. Wow. 5 and a 3 roll.
That's pretty terrible.
All right, so you feel a beguiling influence starting to go through your mind, commanding you to fight for it as you see this large creature looking directly at you. But you're able at the last second to kind of shake your head and shrug off the effects of it. And it doesn't work. Yeah, that's all it's gonna do. All right, Markinor.
Hmm. I don't think I can do much. I'm I'm just gonna, I guess, step in, kind of like pick up and like almost like lift the guy or the person there, and just kind of pick him up and move him like football tackle, kind of move him back with me so I can get
Alright.
into the middle here.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I'll just take I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of hang the hammer off of my hip there, and then reach down for the crossbow and just take a shot at the big beast, I guess.
Okay.
Not really much else I can do.
Ooh. Nat 20 will hit.
Wow. For 12 damage.
Okay.
That'd be my primary action, I think. Yeah, because I can't do anything else. Yeah, that's gonna be it.
All right. So Markinor charging through these commoners, kind of brushing them aside as he does so, seeing all of them around him now, but quickly trying to focus on the target that seems the most threatening in the room. Fires off a crossbow bolt that sinks deep right below its jaw, doing a good chunk of damage to it. It's still going though.
Basically, what my intention of pushing forward is just to try to get all of their attention.
Pretty sure you got it.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure.
Kaylin and Aelion,
Oh no.
you see the water begin to ripple, and a massive head pokes its way out of it.
The
Its
dramatic
cheeks
music change.
kind of expand as it bursts out this wall of steam towards you. I need con saving throws from both of you.
Ruh-roh.
The steam breath influences across all of, or both of you, as well as two of the commoners there. They're just gonna fail, and you both take, or Kaylin takes full damage, 49 points of damage, fire damage from that, so you get resistance to it. Aelion, you're able to dodge aside of it, just barely cutting down the damage down to 20 through 24. 24 damage from that attack.
Make it roll damage.
Wow. Ooh, nice.
Does anybody speak Draconic?
I do.
Aelion, you do?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No. Yes. Aelion does. I remember that from Forge of Fury.
As this thing bursts out this wall of steam, burning your skin as it does so, the steam dissipates and its mouth opens and it begins to speak. It says, "Free me from my chains. I want to leave here." And that is its turn.
It just attacked them, and then he wants help.
Alrighty. Waves. Oh wait, these two are dead. They were just burned alive. Okay. Two are going to attack Markinor.
Okay.
20 is
Nope.
not going to hit either, so both of those miss. The other group is all going to move forward, completely surrounding you. This guy's a step forward attack, so that's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 attacks coming out. Ooh, nat 20.
Hey, and that
Ooh,
20.
that 20.
That's the only thing that hits.
6 damage from that nat 20 with that. This one stepping forward. This one right here stepping forward and then moving back away. All of them just swarming over Markinor, swinging their clubs, battering off his shield and armor. He kind of just raised an arm taking most of the hits. Only one is able to catch him kind of on the top of his head. But everything else misses, not connecting for solid damage. Kaylin.
Muted.
No, I'm just
Oh.
thinking.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
So it's in Draconic, so I wouldn't have known what it said, so screw that.
Nope. Yeah, it was obnoxious.
Those are dead. Crap.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and my way around. If they get attacks, that's fine. I don't really care.
Yeah, there'll be 2 attacks of opportunity.
Ooh. 1 hits. So 4.
All right.
Okay. I'm gonna just keep going after the
20.
Spirit Naga.
Yeah, the second one that hit will do 16 damage. Or not 16, Jesus. No, 6 damage. Yeah, I'll need
6,
a
okay.
D100 for that first one.
Ouch. Ouch. Oh,
One of those.
this reminds me. Chat.
Can I always roll in the 60s?
If you've not experienced
100.
our crit rules here, we have 2 crit rules. One on nat 20s. When you roll a nat 20, you get max damage on one roll, and then you roll again with your bonus. So if it's a, as it mentions there, if your normal attack is a 1d8 plus 2, you would get an automatic 8 added onto your 1d8 plus 2 roll. So that always factors in. On crit fails, we roll a fumble table. You roll a d100. We tell you how the outcome is.
All right, so
Sometimes
you
they'll
will not
trip you
be
up.
able
Sometimes they'll
to
make you
fire
drop
off the
your
second
weapon.
one. So as you're begin
all kinds of
chanting
stuff.
and moving your
And then-
hands to do so, your hand cramps up and does so painfully. Your first shot going wide, and you're unable to cast it the second time to send the second one off.
So in that
You
situation,
will
the
not
crit
deal
failure,
charismatic points to cast spells
you-
until the end of your next turn.
Yep. His hand cramped up, so he's unable to actually cast the second
Hand
one. So
cramps,
as he
man, they're rough.
slings the
I don't
first
think we've
one,
had hand cramps.
stops
yet.
him
No,
from
just
performing
had,
his
like,
second
biting
attack,
your
so he
tongue and stuff,
loses
not hand
that
cramps.
attack and cannot
No, I think
gain
I
any
had cramps a
benefit from
long
it.
time ago once.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. So, Kaylin missing, unfortunately. Her hand cramping up in the process. Berwin.
Oh, ho, ho. I'd like to move right over here,
Uh-huh.
No.
sharing the space with this snake.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a big ol' hug.
7 fire damage.
All right.
Yeah.
Continues to burn.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna give him a bear hug twice.
Okay. 15 will hit.
And an 8.
Okay. Jesus, 15 plus 11 is
20.
26.
Or 10.
26, right?
26.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
33 on the turn.
Okay.
Nope, that's it.
Alrighty, so once again you step forward, latching onto this creature, just burning it as you do so. It writhes in pain, trying to escape your grasp, flailing itself around. It is just taking massive damage from you. Its skin now discolored and charred. It's still barely standing, but barely. Aelion.
Kind of turn around to the dragon, like, tell him if you don't attack us if we come back out this door, we will free you. But for now, there's another threat on hand, and I'm just gonna use the face step.
Okay, before you do that, give me a persuasion check.
Yeah, not bad.
Okay. So as you look towards this very large turtle, It looks at you and closing its mouth. It still seems to be glaring at you, but you feel that your words have kind of influenced a bit, and it slowly starts to sink in the water a bit and looking at you and says, "Very well, if you return." And it doesn't attack you or anything.
Just
He
pop out
doesn't
distance.
attack or anything.
Coming over here.
Okay.
Pull out my swords. Walk up to this guy. And stab him a couple.
Give him a few of those stabs.
16 and 18 will hit.
Here it is. Fire. There's
All right. So as you step forward with your rapier, blinking out of existence and reappearing in the room, you charge forward with your rapier out, doing kind of a jumping attack as you do so, seeing this creature just writhing in pain from all the fire damage it was taking from Berwyn in his fire elemental form. You bring the rapier in, stabbing it into it, and as you do so, flames leap from your blade and out throughout the wound. It once again just breaks free of Berwyn's grasp, writhing its head soaring up into the air as it flops back and forth. You see its body beginning to crumple as it falls to the ground. It turns its eyes directly at both of you, and in a very mangled voice says, "I will return, and you all regret it." And then it falls to the ground with a heavy thud, unmoving. As this happens, you see all of these commoners, these people wearing very mundane clothing and stuff, all of them raising their clubs and moving towards Markinor, who had gotten all of their attention, minus a couple that were looking at Kaylin. As they're all bringing their clubs over their head for another volley of attacks, you see them stop, and their eyes had that kind of glazed over and look about them clear, and you see them looking very confused for a moment. And then they all look at their clubs, and a couple of them drop them, kind of alarmed by the fact that they were holding them in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And they all look very confused and start backing away from Markinor.
Okay.
As they all back away, start looking around the room and such, you see that these people were clearly enthralled by this creature and held as prisoners for food, more than likely, based on what you saw when you walked into the room itself. You see a little more detail of the room, seeing a set of doors down, or a couple sets of doors down to the south, away from your position. You know that there's something. A few of you know what it, or a couple of you know what it is in the other room that you previously were in. You see all of these commoners around you looking very confused, and most of them very scared. But that is where we're going to end the session.
Yay! Awesome. All right. Gonna end stream and then I'll come back.
Okay.
All right. So, so much stuff happened tonight. Man, that was kind of fun. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Let's see. Get some musics going here. Yeah. Let's go say hi to or make some new friends, shall we? So let's go over to Diamond Worm. They're running a game tonight for Curse of Strahd. So let's go over, go say hi to them, give them a follow, and hope to see you guys Tuesday for Tyranny of Dragon. So have a good night, and I'll see you.